Assalamu alaikum badingol bal tentulam bal jayilam bal bismillah na programme to ngamin to la dialogue with the youth so wolom nim fondin kella kachati par comme ngamin forum programme nyin kono kafanu wotile mobile la kachabi jang ngatole di ala dronka kulli wala ngake mun tole to wolom gunjur ngol la television o mi yalon ka be fonyo kon wato watin sina jang kanyo kono to dia ka kacha bawo mandinkole min folom fengo min be laranda ko to kacha da malika bondino jannimbe sonkalan sina nga kacha ando nyim platform mo be wala ya ba kanna community ta wala mun na dendengol to kabo gunjuro na dendengol purun sa jiben se nyoma ko no nyaadile anin se dula beten ni nyaadile bidun alhamdulillah bi arjumalumba mfelen nata koten ba wato nding sotota purun sina se kacha non kukumalo mi yalo ka kumaya ta bakele mbe kalamuta dendengol na nyanto la tinya mi yalon ka be wo bada borindo la komboje wa sembo warata baba kele ni wato kono na fondin kele mi yalon ko dindingol mi yete city ise taman bada to pour ka jibe se fengol mi yalon ko dolbe bali kono dolbe tindingol kono anin no nyanta tinya ro mim ke dendengol la pour ka wote ka tanka isa talanya dile soda da kana dan na tambi katun mbele be nyokono nindo mantora taton do finance mantora so woya sabu alhamdulillah di amol siata bawo video findita bar bi min famo wo video leta ye fintindi wala mun na marine biology so ya long ko ba kono fengola ni dendengoli na ko ka fintile kana tindin kono mini be ba kono a tela fanna la fahamo fanna siata woto baba ke bawo wati doron ase taman ase kuji be mi yaron ka se woli tora bawo ni woli tora tan tol fana min be tintin kan tol fana be tora la at some point so anata lo bonni bi alhamdulillah mbe wo mari bismillah la wala mum fango do mati min Lamin Jassey mbe invite la mbe bismillah la gunjur online pronunciance kacha Lamin alhamdulillah bismillah ise mol konton follow Janneh nga dum programme ko
Yo, baraka bake brother Ebrima Scattred Janneh baraka bake pulal sono jambi contenta bake mbe Gunjur online TV kontona mbe de Ebrima kontona mbe brother Lamin Janneh fana kontona mbe Gunjur call kontona mbe Lamoylal fana be kontona. I'm very happy to be here. Thanks so much.
Baraka bake Lamin alhamdulillah molbe contenta ila dula to wala muka ka denden ka kata ka nyanto nin na denden wala ke tanka dobi je fenti je fan ke la time moni la wato le ta doron ke fan sura suta lo mutili bulal so manda ka yayi bato pour ka be ngol mi alon ko be ba ko non dol fan sula tamin la bawo yemi yayi te million je loron wala bi je ni tinyata don dol fan at some point amantoro be futalan na barangaji ni wato kono ye o e video ta ya fintindi o video tata dula mo bebe tata viral isa o video la kumo fonye bar jannim video fanka ke itata true min na bawo mol ma wollong ise wol follow fo janni foto video fangola ka jibe mine keta andung yemu ibe mun tamala wati jamale ina nyin kala mutaw nyinde be nyindula to ela video ko ala content ni
Baraka baga ko denke for that very good question. Ndol coming ke sama kono from June to October wolom the kutola kila watote. That is the nesting time of the marine turtles. So ndol ka suto nin tilo bele tama leda la kawo kutol tankande. Most of the time nka safely sort of we take turn to kanyinke because suta do kolom most of the time nita de nin kutol be dabe kilo la ka will take you like 4 hours. So Janneh be futalo so kona katara fano ketal already kapadare fo is se la ise fo nyandi pour modol fana sta do ko la so mo so dinam do ko tindol kamenke so nyin lungo la modol eta la nun suit o eta the other side ye je monitor bare kabo gunjur badala kata sa nyam ma fa wala je man jibe no so woni tela time o kata free time o kata ke woni go okay let me decide to funda fana go tama go so manda juno so manda juno lo mboda so go reka decided to work so mbe tama kanyami teng na force encounter fan kata mi wolo ngata ye again ye nyindu sabafa bada den wala ye kumol samba so ngawol video ta nga picture tan tambita wala continue working wadam be tama kam ten na kulmol je bakon which is very very close to the shore. I said why women be care and I'm curious ko okay jam fara nya make sure ni be dami ngada na futa fuje so barenka futa nyami nka nyim boyo baje ye pipe black on 𝐒𝐏𝐄𝐈𝐒𝐍 buka nene ma mo no ko dredging starter gunjur bara tole sombo tamo la fon fla yenga understand ko wow niriko dredging mean for the long time because they are article follow it back in 2003 ko dredging de kala word lato ngo wala ba ke kanjante and kabrintara for sign futa de la na realize ko la pipe installation or a pipe will mean la pour que la kenyo pompe ay leda close automatically moto de tambula noje bicycle de tambula noje motorcycle seat tambula foni la bicycle chika because as ite fango moma foni politela mi yalon ko kebal fango de access to no ka do to anymore so kabringa woja I feel a little bit upset so ngamin ke wala I try to comport myself that and select thinking kanga mo je do ko la minta ta mo nani mo fin sababe je ani child is killing so kabrinda range kondo mo ni kakamol but I understand ko imam ni kakao mo free tone along so I decided to speak English to them ne nyomo ingata ndila ko mini atol min jamala bla do ko la jam ya tenna ko tol mo marado ko la mi marado ko la wolom Chinese man so I decided to talk to him but I whether he speaks English or not akunye ko ndebe tra atandira katema angle ko mo na tandia la ko bara la nyim pipe installation is really very bad more de tambila no jam so barembe diamu kan Chinese so first thing I think all I enter for that telephone center that ako as evidence ngako what have I done man think for like kan that so jail don't definitely can I continue
yeah go ahead ngaka follow ken natali fango yes
a telephone force and then natali ako as evidence so definitely na picture bondi idomin biye netol natal after a video but why need to be discuss on kind of confrontation brought a banker to mention at some point so Capra to mention I feel like he's a brother out for the longest time what do fish meal factory until arrest banker came to show solidarity with us so nga sude mo from that point so I have a lot of respect for him because I definitely have from portrait to us environmentality. So I have that respect. I will take videos and I will send to banker, then we will take it from there. Me along Cabrintara from Fuda and a total village and see that I'm messaging a banker to site on Facebook. So I'm message you send a WhatsApp number in. So I tell a WhatsApp number in. I send the audios to you. I didn't malaga kuma kuja minjawata. Not and they'll access the model. Lamin fanara value be depending. And they have their projects and other businesses around that end. Literally a wall, the pipeline to Nyama, woman will be obstruct the label. That's not and that is not fair. Woman Manyankila Nyama, and Yandakela in a fair way because Guy Community understand what I'm Comodinala do family. Gambia government will give you the license to do what you are doing, but with all, more fanala nyanto need to be respected. So nyinnamu quote for the ninnum ko for the denga minke nim bankala conversation at our level was really very cordial. I message you sending you 2 messages after when I Alhagie Samateh number sending because I couldn't attend around the US then I can take it off with Alhagie, which I did very well. I have complained and call like machika what minke no wala keda ko at the call kan time o minna Alhagie am call at the same time. Nga Alhagie le number chika Alhagie la fengo chika ndeni Alhagie le diamu kanga banjala bankala call ni miss. So I have the feeling ko ninding Alhagie diamu da min bijam. That's more than enough. Natar nunga is kunyan takela je ko denke Alhagie will contact banker ibe min kala je akaye bo ka foko mte portela call lale. That is incorrect with due respect. Mombora Kola because I was talking to Alhagie. Yeah, Kuni Kedawa Nyama video towel. Yeah.
Barka bake Lamin ko beteata bari altol kamun doku sifala kenyin dulato pour at least ning taranung tantani na hanin doku tije tonya Dredging kada nyame koy min for bawo mansa lasino dila but really ku finance mira no le mol tambinya o dulato ani tambinyal pour so jiben da mali se kamben no nyaadile pour so nyoka na so kana nyofa as always bank says atol ka mun doku sifal le ke je sa ko do je suta ba lo wote anu do je gunjuru ni je jam fata nyola le foy fole solita wala do je foy honda ta so wala be easy la dan katama wo suto bawo nin kuto be kilo la dama nin kuto mu species wala de mini aron ko they are very protected. You know, so alka mun do kulle keje molis is a wo for moli e molis e wo for na long.
Very well, do ku follow walom kawo kutwal jin tanka. We do marine turtle monitoring, and we have that most of the time yinga ke suta balete because kuto kana kila depending on the high tide bala faka tanyamen. So you know bala faka fallen depending on the weather conditions. Sometimes baka fa suta bale. Anytime so kuta nyaw nyantol kataro bada kanjele, and then Lamin tamasiatal, we make sure we cover this from Gunjur-Sambuya obe check. So wale atin nankaya ko mola do kublar jar. Not only that, no amanke even only anin kutol be kilila ran kam dukamen ke we do stranded station monitoring yin kuntum belolu anin yin be andol mindi kafa. We make sure we document them because that will give you the amount of pollution and the activities in the marine. So on Kaulfana document as we have a Gambian stranded network, we are feeding the very important data for the future reference. How many stations like dolphins, whales, father, we document for them, and sometimes we take samples and we send it to our partners. Many along we are working with them for the longest time so that we know exactly kudol fananita we have a different data sheets for kudol tabije, kuntumbelol tabije, whales will tabije. So we go with this kaitolo to the field, make sure we mom fenje ninga minja stranded tarek na wo record na sample volta, then we keep it and we send it to our partners to be able to protect this very important species. Yes, and recently there is a very important project called by 𝐏𝐈𝐒𝐿. The project is being funded and people are working with Nyalongo. They also put the tape wala katin de ka kodo solo pour que la family balum de ke dindi wala karambol que la family take care. So ni mona ndolbe tamala le ka bada Gambia la bada be nyanda ka be survey in order to be able to have a complete data. So you obstruct us very seriously. So this is the only concern that I raise. You need to look at this, make sure you install your pipes properly. But was good. Why I released this video picture because I decided to call Alhagie. Kabiringa Alhagie Samateh call, he barely allowed me to even talk. Ngana conversation he do all the talking. I tried to control myself as much as I can. Purunala conversation on jinse banku se no more knows we can give a solution to each other because we don't be banku dingolati. But akonga audio means and banka wala de conva and he was really disappointed content wonderful guy. Then that's okay. I have nothing to lose in the because audio title already. So ni comforter wala I disappoint you. You can go to all the ministries or wherever you want to go. They will call us. We can sit and see. I say okay. Anymore. So I will go to my usual way as an activist. All social media is our power. Is our government. We scrutinize government through social media. So I decided to call. Facebook, but I give it to the different group or to Molia PGA, they put it on Facebook. You can be a witness. Kabra told a video at the beginning. You don't even know what the video. So I am not honestly looking for any popularity as Banker claimed. And I am very new in this activism. I could tell you, back in 2014, 2015, what were I Jamebijam? Ntolka Safiro Purikana side man in Kajam. Yaya Biali Kios, Ntol Nyantaka Fallen Alayandul Kanandi. So Banker could not tell us anything about this activism. Birin in sand mining follow coming claim code will be destroyed talent. We've done a lot of fire. Gunjur could testify that controlling a min kayen told that for police headquarters ning Gunjur Alpha Albe Wato Baji Kilom Alcalo my name and in Kafaro Kelai. For the longest time before Banja will do anything about this, until we've been fighting about this. Nimumu Kutamari Banjalom Kutamari. But for me, I was really disappointed Cabral's interview because I see he just wants to make a profit. He doesn't care profit or binara nyami because I'm kuma jamali for well if you look at it properly, it doesn't apply Nyanata Kaila Mafa protect. Yes, please.
Yeah, Baraka Baba ke Lamin. I think Nadia ta alay nyo moyo se kenole puru coming a mim for drone puru nyim done financial because do ko mim be ke ka bada to akumaya ta baba kele puru nyim be messe ngolo hani ku fa ngole fa tije ntoli min je ndingol nyanta woli je la wala min tamit ta wala me nyim banko kam be messe jamal be preserve renjang. Yeah, they are very protected. At some point, the name a man lo ntolbi nati babu dule for ko be ngol fa jibeje. Yo bari ye o kulungol min je bakon wo kulungol I jamfata bada la fo mu tolle tati bang e ko kulungol kamine ke la ila korosiro.
No, one will kulungal exactly, and your question was following what I'll be in the view. Wo kulungal, if you will remember ko kulungal ni mole anyel de kadale kulungal share, mole ka fu kulun share la. You remember that you ko very well, right? Wo kulungal manfuta kulun share la fango, wala wo kulungal belorin dame. So that is very, very close. And wo kulungol bijere to yela nyim pipe wall nyim fix wala bala wala ka mining ke ba kono ya cannot through those mine. Wo mining is very, very, very in bad condition because for the first time de la wotama kono nganye mesengo minje to be honest nganye mesengo minje mim fata kabo Kuba Beach can I tell them mine than was only too much. I could tell you this is the best time of the year where Nyemes Kanabada then will put a grown up in order to go to the deep sea. Nyel bigger grow into the deep sea. They spawn around very close to the coast. If you check at the Fisheries Act will tell you beyond 2 nautical miles during the rains, even the artisanal fishers, they don't allow them to fish around that end. So if they say if you luwa lebije and we Gambia la luwa the luwa kilo na da right in a pure drain ke wo dula to me is very, very close to us. Nyeri ngomim faraje was really too much. I was sad to say that, but that is the reality. I took a picture of a lot of Nyeri ngomim faraje and musol bentai wol fa be nyodo dol tombon kamini alon call they almost will kumutale. And fish mill factory are not on operation to say ko nyele bomba ko ne fenko la kajam o nyele will fada buntole because they are doing that dredging very, very close to also unfortunately.
So amantela miraro to wonyel min fada potentially the dredging min be caring coming yemin for drong bawo nyel be ka wulu hanni wuluta jana kana bada denden wala ina menje ina murumba ko mangrove wol nim fengol bi jana that is very important wo mu ila insa fo ila nursery leti where kanaji balu den se murum fenko kon so and ni dredging ke that means linkabale fanambe sinna woto namira roto probably
very
be
well.
Alhagie Sotola so ni wording ko sinta not only wo nyeri ngoli te fenko kala because I mina nanga distance nyingi nka because ninda no deep sea lo misa foko okay maybe molla quality fotala woto bare ni wonte ndoldi ni wa modo lo mini kungo jata wole ko no wala ka jamfa baba kele so nin nyin din kasifa ke man potentially ma wolong wo fanam fa wase no hazard very, 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 very hazard conditions mi yalo ko ku jama se dunga ko nono.
Yeah, I'm telling you that is going to be very, very dangerous because wolu sudia da nyami hani molme man ko no e bafutala wodlato. It's really very close. And they claim that they do all the necessary impact assessment, but I'm not sure because this Laila Gambia Jang assessment of Kenyaming, I really don't understand because small media alone will affect seriously as stakeholders. Will need big consult. I know we have leaders, but of course, Nye Demalal will be the best people to be able to consult. Most especially small fishers, we are protecting those people because we have a lot of trawlers in Katinya. Their operational cost is very expensive. Now, nite sara ko mole banko tintinka ya nyindula do be tinyane. So you decided to go into our ozone. Ite fana dinka basi wo de wo be tinya. Nimol fongda jalfology. They might even need extra jalo puluka for your code de be dinkol minisina, which is unfortunate. I know and I've seen ndema moja ngami moja at some time ko mol bulaje assessment wala, but the recommendation according to nteni min kachada wolom ko, they recommend to these people called this is a wrong place to do dredging because this is the very good spot where the young fish nyinyeri wol kana no sri wol ko defa ko ya but they have gone on anyway. So this is the Gambia for us. I told them, we just trying to make sure people understand what is at stake, but we are not decision makers. We collect information, which is very factual information, and give it to the people, make a decision or make. It's up to them either protect Gambia or decided to go other way around. So, yeah.
Yeah, but one wonders, need government any assessment or long, minan la then licensing deal operate, maybe, and then they are going to straight to up to Jeren Wulma Famala, probably going to Khartoum Fanam Famala. But one thing you mean for a wide consultations, like I don't know, the local people, like VDC, World Council, only Nimin Defengeta. Probably yes, but long for what of the environmental impact assessment documents was given to them, or it all you come here for draw. Bao ni momi ya long ko abanta ba ko no bi ni ko ente assessment or probably ntalon na I mean ente borombe na wo kulundi wol fanam fa ko men hande darno wodin ka ba ko no abe ko ala ba kele because current will be very very strong in that place and the kulongol ma wara fanang pour ka wo fenkol navigate. So I'm thinking then that no nyindin kasingo abe bada la nyindulata continue da fo nyindulal mu mebe. Because dobi jen kajel and told ni ya watu chofu la watu mo chofu bulala bi kana bada to ka bula sanyan kamma fa wale ka dunni wole tola even though kana te jana so nin sindiro ni fa wale warata wole to pour ye kulungo fa nyori no ka botintin kan ka dun ni wodin ka babi je wo fa bo fa obstruct lale so wale asabo I believe ko wide consultations nyanda kelale bare believe ta fana Baombe Alhagie Sotola Jannatem engineer might be some of these concerns, abe as a wolfanandin purun mosa long new concerns all in Bekela Nyadi, and of course, purun say easy going and coming so facilitate no Nyadi. Bao nyimbe mukacha kono the moma for dia kuya government emindi them bole butu de buloko no but purun say no understand and sa jiben say no mako nyamin. So dragging nyim famo ala because no dredging kakele dula jamali to most of the time especially in san deposit olu siata da min kulungol katambije then wol is okay because come sa robe nyaming maybe nin kulungo fenketa maybe was so neano but I was asking banker muna sabu en tolta itata na udula but one can also say ko we need kenyo mol mu me be min be jambe be ngam ne hanni be bungo lola ye kenyo so do da you want that kenyo Lamin so say yo ya mi be wo fango mitigate la nyaadi bawo ndani mu mebe nim ko kenyo ne dulal be ti nyaare bar nim sura ta you can still go o dulabe fenkere nyame nga kenyo bije ngana na fena yemene fo woto ila miro mu minute.
Yes, Ira Bragabage, coming out for Yamin, sand dredging issues. The first document that I read was back in 2003. In Bangala,
which company is that? Lamin, which company was that? Is it the same company?
This very the same company, yes. I
still this have the same. Okay, what the company you made a baba kelewoto? Like
that's the first time Banja will tell you. That was the first time he's done the consultation. Comedian ni mol someone he's trying to show what happens. Back in 2016, and then he told after communique, he told Tabe Kelaminati, Masakunda Tabe Kelaminati. I've read that. I sent a lot of warning to say, let's be careful. We need to do the background checking about these companies. Most of these companies are not allowed to even operate in Europe. They take an advantage as African countries and operate like we don't do any proper background checking. Because Banja and Minfolum, they will sell the Kenyo waffle as they are doing dredging in Kaito Bala. and then wobe kola nyindual min fil nyindual min tinyanda, they will take a very good portion of land, maybe deal back to the same company, wobe kele talenti, and they're gonna do an investment on those lands. That's what they are saying. They are not only going to sell the Kenyo Dama, no, but the land from compensation. They are not saying all this, but media and you capture, you can have this article, you can read it, anybody can read it some time ago. Yeah, mean for since we are fighting about Kenya Bio, what we are trying to do is the sustainable use of natural resources. Natural resources they are use, but depending alka use nyadile. Natural use, so if you overuse it, even more betting. But who is guiding? What will be the depth of this drainage? Who is controlling that? It will not take when I'm many a times at the Department of Geology, what they bring Kenya be rehabilitating. They will tell you the depth should not be more than 2 meters. But nobody is controlling. Moles are casting up to 5 meters. Nobody is there to control. So who is controlling Banja Walla operational? And if I'm really crazy when you say we have done a very good consultation. Whom did you consult? Itinal the whole Gunjur meeting killing Sambu. Councilor, VDC, Kiamano, and Carol. That is not. And who is doing that consultation? Because government should be there should be independent body to be able to do this consultation to become with a very tangible report. Me along a very partial one. Amanda kela control fanga. Inte mi fanga bata business o kalante fanga da consultation, kalante fanga environmental impact assessment, kalante fanga mojo will be. What do we expect? These are the lapses that we have in the Gambia. Mol Minikela company Samananjang, they don't worry much because they say there are a lot of loopholes. They can get rid of anything and they can go with anything. That is the saddest story, but that's what is happening because to do this kind of operation, you cannot have 1 or 2 meetings with few people, and you said you have done extensive consultation and now you are ready to do the operation. It doesn't make any sense. So these are some of the things that me along should be looked into seriously, because those Alikalo, Lusefolu, the Kiaman or whatever, I mean you consult, well, they should come back to us as people, because more less in the more you should come back to your people call. Let's all sit and see, more especially for the longest time, but these small fishes now, they don't have anything because they are being marginalized. Nobody is even talking to them, and they feel very bad. So these are some of the things that we want to bring it so that proper processing needs to be done, putting in company report, but not to just go and see few people and you claim like you have done whatever you
yeah, Lamin, coming in wider extension, reach out to people. Don't you think for like a document nyanta fintila water, most of me refer no to that document ka jibe ko nyinni keta ne o nyininka, so that the document can be available for people, because sometimes nying alkalo li dolmang ta karangola o hanning karanda, because people like me, I don't know, you know, the marine biology, like some of the damages I have to go and research about dredging. Dredging ka kenyawo nya dulali to check and balance pijele, because ala negative impact fananka wara baba especially near ke shallow waters the kon dolla dulal be nyadi. And then come yemin for don dawo da mo private businesses for check and balance ke for more taraje minni ke fenke, but I think, you know, the wider consultation also hanni tolla molbi government fananyanta wokela like reaching out to other people many along one way or the other be affect la, because ne hani Kenya bila le ni nyini ke call for a consultation okele ngakari fenke, but the damage min bije woma war stop a hell be damage min bije is almost irreparable, or it's gonna take long time. Janneh war damage fenke, you know. But one thing for na yemi ke foreign companies, you know, they according to ngaming understand from bank la fenko company nying Gambia no letam. What do you say about that, Lamin?
I am more convinced this is a Gambian company. They should bring in their document. You're gonna have an interview with their technician according to what you're saying. So in the document or this document should be online. People should have access to this in serious countries. You know, if you cannot just come here and you claim this is a Gambian company. When I put a lot of pressure on that, like Chinese or Midogodia, Cabrian stressing a little bit, if you don't comply, we could be able to obstruct your business, which we have no interest to do it. This is our country. We love this country. We have nowhere to go. We will stay here. So if you are not complying, we will come here and we will. I mean, first, I Bible is costing that money, so I need to be careful what I am saying. I cannot bring anybody to tamper with those pipes. That's what he's telling me indirectly. I don't care about how much money you put in this, but you should.
I work for English. I work for English.
I safenya mafunya English. I safenya bankol to ten so bara. I safenya bankol to $30 million. You know, I got blow chutni. I got funja go this and all the cost of this pipe. I don't care about that. What I care is to make sure you respect people. Don't we are not animals. We are people. We live here. We have nowhere to go. You do your business, but you respect us. But in a reality, no brother, but the amount of money being involved into this business, you know, Gambia no Momo Bakalai, you will have a really very strong background. This a Chinese company. China is supporting this, like Golden Lead. In the surface, well, Golden Lead is a family business, but in reality, China government is in support of Golden Lead. There is no difference. This other Dredging company is being supported by China. That's what China is doing. So we have to be careful. If they show this is Gambian company, when did they register this company? Can they give us the document of their registration? Let's be clear and about their environmental impact assessment. Ebrima, they should send you the result by now. You should put it on your media for everybody to read. But they've never do it. In any matter, they just talk, we have done this, but never. The same thing that other Chinese company for the longest time, but we have never seen any result about this impact assessment. This is not done. Impact assessment is not 1 or 2 day issue. This has to go a long way to be able to. Motobale kaborinyendula, molla beyangolu hadama dungole benifri wo silol kang. Sutolu suba junole wo motol kana wo mario la live they disturb molle be along those roads motobal ko disturb nyadele. You should talk to them, you should let them know how they feel, you should consult them. They are shareholders, they in a life will be disturbed because of you bring that company. So you don't talk to all those people. You pick few people who you think they are influential in the communities. You just talk to them. You say, well, I've done a wider consultation and I can get away with this. That is the reality, nothing else.
Yeah, I only hope, you know, some of the assessments government it can be available for the public, because you don't have anything to hide here. But coming for drone, these resources more for Komokana Ibondi, but we have to manage them, or we have to manage them responsibly, so that I can add that because coming for drone, ning kankurango bafa hanetu lengoje, you have to react. But Gunjur-Sambuya tinting o keta tentine kwa manta sinna di, but be damage min bije ni futada je ay masibo min keje sa kontol mi alon ko birem be dindiare ni na dindiya nga jeje nyami num anin biya be nyami damage min keta je company tinala no min be wo repair ala no, it's going to be very 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 difficult. But min fa in stroke fa na Gunjur ko la land so lom wo dulalti do la dol mutidi the tourist development, so ebe o tala no nya di le allocate to a company just because I do not refill, but all the same company will live in a natural resources, water, and they're going to be very, very wealthy doing that. So, but nga kukilim fananke, and I went around to the certificate of incorporation of a private limited company in the UK for life copying. So, but not me realize there is one sign of Majilak Jalaba Code Limited, me along with the company number 1324498 for me registered in UK, you know. So, and that dissolved tale a couple of times at different address all tale. So, probably ni Alhagie Natambanye ni kala wala whether it's the same company, but Ming name be water womu Lee Pin name be as a company owner. So different addresses, but UK Jan company or company all the necessary information, so the basic one you can send those. So really, we'll announce most of one because I tell them the company director want the type of person, full name, ping, full name, and so name is Lee. So you fend me along and the first initial address womu China like 1822 Linkyang Pam, something like that, number 31 Yao Hang Street, Haitian district, Jiambo, Xinjiang, China, with the registration number there. So but the UK address is all fanambijan me along company that. So wal be mukulet me probably it's a shareholding, but really, I think there are some Chinese involvement there, one way or the other. But at the end of the day, Lamin, ye coming wrong, ye koye Gambian Jamal Lefana employ, but coming tell audio to Gamil Lamoye Wolamu, putting your kana so far, so kana nyofa. If they can do a little bit better job, so that pipe on ying as a duno konoto akana finti banda baba more se tambino min. I think they can do that. I really think they can do that. And in concern, I mean, personally, one of the sallowness of the dredging from the tech come down. Ninda nun deep silum, ba do je nimba na ta kata koma le jesi impuru bai murunko. But not only jebe dinkala le molla kudula lo nyeme samol fanan ka grow waleto wala fenko bar banka idu kuma do fanan fo wala mu the environment no min be tintin ka wo tinya tale because min fo ka on ba ko no te abe tinya ro min keje but environment no min be ba ko no abe tinya tale but mol ba rehabilitate kan mol be the best right kan but atako is completely tinya mote kukela noje. What is your say about that ba what ite kataraje?
Yeah. Ebrima, you would have come and see those places for yourself. Like Tinyaro Ketale, to be honest to you, Nakato Kele to make sure Tinyaro can have the damning as members of this community. But government final decision is from them. Tinyaro Ketale, but would do be rehabilitated very blood. Molka bondle as far as Serekunda Ikanaka Jalafayo war can be Dulalto, Ikanyolo Muteka la family Bandala. It's a very good sport of bird watching. Bird watchers around, you can invite Lamin Bojang LA is well known for bird watching. Before I be
Yes, I'm planning to invite
you. Before I be there for customers for other places, Lamin just go here. I very early in the morning, I am a kodo so I say so kono. Very good sport. The found American last will mean in they are interested in boat. I just wait for late in the evening. In that we have seen nothing less than 100 plus boats in a very short period of time, not more than 1 hour 30 minutes. So Nindula become a very good product. Abe molds are used in the future, even if it can turn to rice fields again, which is very important for this country because rice production war Kenya be a war fund family. So but Dula Nyimba family rehabilitate can naturally I wish you could be able to see these places. It's going to be very good place in the future for rice production, for aquaculture. If Gambia is a serious country, this place can turn to a very good aquaculture farms. Experts with National Environment Agency some months ago in other Janneh, Inila expert to do the consultation in order to do a very good aquaculture in those areas. So if the same people lysine or but equally they are destroying marine ecosystem. There is no difference. It doesn't make any sense. Marine ecosystem is equally important as terrestrial environment. There is no difference. You have a lots of life in those marine ecosystem. Even Mimfana destroyed them equally. That is serious for Gambia and the sea level rise and the erosion in those areas. Ibrahim Dulale every night almost. but in near long erosion or this past 2 years is more than 30 meters by a meter straight away. So you cannot go and do the drainage in these areas. It doesn't make any sense. So what I think I really feel emotional. Gambia government they don't check anything. The only thing is to have profit or to pay tax to government. But if government Gambia is serious, it's a serious country. They are very serious about their marine life and their environment. They should do a lot of checking because in our ocean there are a lot of issues. Recently, these dolphins, this bottlenose dolphin is more than 10 to 20 dolphins. Me along our father within 1 week or 1 month, straight away. We don't know what is happening in our ozone. So you just adding to make a lot of disturbance in our marine ecosystem. There is no difference. Banja is just trying to make enough profit. That's what I saw because the Banja that I know, stop. If the same Banja have seen the opportunity, I know company support ko already. The company where is that coming from? For Cabo Samuel economy, they are equally destroying the marine ecosystem, which is very crucial and important. I don't see any expert in so it's very unfortunate. It's very unfortunate.
Lamin silang Janneh Omar Bula fana ina fendem for bawo Alhaji man na follow. What do you want from these people? Puru say lamo say dialogue no nsa jiben se nyinge because kujaman le finte da nyindulato. You are educating all of us here. What do you want? And at the end of the day, new woman sort of what next for not only environmentalists but for Gunjur. And Sanya, of course.
For the Sanya, this is the whole of combo from carton to whatever, carton to Banja Fangora Sadem into food, we are all going to be affected. Ntela Tech Wolom code, this drainage need to be held on. Like a stoplight. This is until we are not sitting, we are preparing to go and see the people responsible for issuing this license to make sure they give us the tangible reason why new license or data and what was the result they have done. Now, claim done a very thorough impact assessment. We should have the result as a stakeholders, as Gunjur. But we wanted to start this from our, from Gunjur Suokonojam, because Janneh Fundila Molka, we did follow. We want to sit with our alkali, we wanted to sit with our CFO, sit with the councillor and the leadership, councillors of elders, the women leaders, the fishermen. We need to bring these people together. We need to have a consultation about these issues. Specifically about this mining, Gunjuri Minnefoto. We should start from there. And I respect Banja, I respect their businesses, but Ebrima, we've been activists for far too long. Nobody can intimidate us. Because when I talk to Alhagie, I feel like which I'm not interested to know Jamalum Jamati. The interest, we don't want Bankola interest, not an individual to say Intelum Jamati. I'm not interested. So until the conclusion of Ekela Walati, and Gambia government should know this is our home, Jamu Gunju. Etole mansakunare, but molla bankol mila bankol ledi, molla tendal mila tendal ledi. Before it will be licino di la mola, they should respect those people, be licino di la nyanyam. It all man told Koroma nyanya as mol mini belief in Jambol, we will reach out to them. Honestly, we will do that. But if there is no way, we're gonna do our own way. Probably others will go to jail, and then the others will continue Walai and Tolbe Sorom. And then they can continue with their drainage. But this is massive destruction that we are not going to allow anybody to get away with just to make a profit. Ebrima, this is sad. Gunjuru call mu Gambia already. Right? So people cannot come from anywhere. I can tell a natural resource. I told you a form of fankamayan yet I see la comfort zone. Gunjure continue ka for. Musola ni na kolumba wala kono. Fuaria fela nyapita sate kan. Ba ifele ya moke to the Chinese. Fuaria nyapita sate kan. Ifele na again you can ba be destroy again kakanyo be ba kono. For Gunjurun call they cannot take leadership or to take care of their own resources. It's been far too long that more family responsibility as more many be sabatrin dami because nyinga kanyami with serious storm babin and toltara na tola because bab jiboro ba bada to nyami is really very serious but nobody is taking responsibility. Everybody is just looking to make enough profit to take care of yourself, individual selfish interest. What the malabe bankoka
Lamin
but for wisdom be very strong in this ministry.
it's high time can more fana educate, especially in Alfalu, in the so-called Nyaton called the VDCs, the Alcalo, because it seems member folk and among the magnitude of member caring. They don't even know what dredging is. They don't even know do bi dolu malong ko ba fam nyeme sengol kana ba dale to kana fenko keje so that mol setara because ni wonte bawo dolu dolu kaminke don dolu ba sinna dolu ba sarela inin dolu be nyola dolu bita ko golden league keta nyaadi de dolu bita wolbe dolu wol support le malo barbi ala consequence be abembele kunto. So I think sometimes when I'm foremost I try nga educate more about some of these things and see nga try nga futanyi ni la nimbadi ya kono la follow ba ko anyanta ko masla ni wala ni si ni kacha dolfan now worries momenti puri se wala moy because nyanta wala moy la ni kunu ye model consult but bi model wulita at any time ni model wulita mfe nyante la moy le la concern momenti ba we man na ya fo ko nyimma singol wutuja malla fi fengale those the concern means so wala mo so kana nyoka na so and we can do this environment na responsibly. Maybe along the way we have to find alternative for Kenyo but I don't think war is something me. What do you think about that? Prunsa Jibe more either from being a platform or because these platforms are there, local radios or there, cable for nise kacha te karande ko Lamin ya non ko abe abendende wala. But the biggest example ngamin so to mo bada tinting wala min tinyata so kunung might be model o darle but be tinyaro min bi malla mo be o darlo. Lamin finally se kuma ke photo hang studio to nana Umar na fena because Alhaji man na follow.
No problem. Yes, we always willing. It's going to be a massive consultation. Though we have our youth forum and we have our executives who may we make a right decision. What we used to do, satellite leadership will be someone the same platform near Kacha and Tola concerning we rest to them. They listen to us. So the same thing we are going to do it. Ndol musade for the mandandela in Kofe mbesade kumandila again mol min yalo wala consultation or kalabda isa fonye what was the result of their consultation, what did they say? So ndolfona nga tinyaro millon pole bije, we will honestly communicate this directly to the leadership of Gunjur. We will try to do our best to make sure we are karandin tolla karangol level the dami to make sure you understand bada Kenya biola toralol minelete, which is very important. Ibrahim Bokela Baba Kelemba, make sure that okay. We used to do that, so we will continue doing that. That's what I tell you. Mbenyuko start learning famolella. That means sate la leadership take kalamutande kuala. Of course, nanyindende na sadel for Monday to la coma. We will invite everybody. We make sure that we have a thorough gathering sort of momoyela idea in samana. But to assure you, we cannot just let this go on, but is going to give us more harm than good. And it's just individuals wanting to enrich themselves. That's all what is called being quality. More for at this stage, they wanted to become a millionaires overnight. Me along go at detriment of the poor people. People are struggling very badly in this country. You know how much people are struggling. So kanaka kwale akudola umo kinuwal kang that is unfortunate. That's really unfortunate. So we will do our best to make sure we do our own way of consultation and education to make sure Molia Faham Minebe Caring Gunjuri Water.
A better Lamin, I think you should come more here. Puruise Nkakacha, Kakuja Male for Kanyo Karandi, they've been coming for wrong. Didn't see the bad in Bunkono, probably Kachabe Kubondila no jele, bao na concern soul they need to be listened to, and definitely more responsible investor even more definitely concerns, so you need to listen to them. Alesi badi ya moka na burmol yo mbe Lamin msete bula sa yeta about so kutaje is almost after 8 now there. Later on I think you will come say more talk, say more enlightenment program, okay, to tell us about nim kutoli nim fenko lifestyle, prumoli understand, because janti babudu isaje de be ngoli kela ko be dinni woli muta toy woliti, so dinni will come and appreciate it ka muta fa tero le famu ne wole ma wo mukumbolde, so probably ningi la habitat long ningi long ka balu nyami ni nata tintin ka Kenya did. So ningo story, I think we will more story kono fanula le prumoli along how important yini are. They are not just seeing them like phenomenon along ko ya fa ya domo, that's it, but ila impact on us as human being wokuma ya tabaken mina Umar na fela nanne purwate sina afanan sina ase dum program kono yeah, but kumaya tabakele bawo nkotoma alaji atafanga hata dum program woni kono le, so mbe min kela do mba fola na producer ila alaji try asina na fe na studio kono nyati le jandi ngata Umar ya ini was possible no, because at least Janneh so ka kunsa te fanam bulaita ba Umar be America le time different was open favola woni se alaji soto no studio live fen ko nyinto wobe bete ala baba ba kele wo yalo. Assalamu alaikum koto ma be nyaadi dum.
Wa alaikum salam, wedalam koto mati. Be nyaadi nga bora ko kane sambade wala siata right, italo kela mati
no barbudu
ibe nyaadi nga call misle ko bata kan ne kana online bari man nano yara fa na internet wala banda.
Okay.
Nga topoto so mom fe moydo ngalo ale discussion do kala.
Yes. Ning na do mandim fo jele, so ning but saying ning eto so do foreign sebula ba o Lamin Jassey na tala fendol fondi jang. So Alhaji, thank you so much. This is more content ya for ete mo jamale to follow ning adum program ko quickly o yalo.
Yo, assalamu alaikum. Badin Gunjur-Sambuya and Gunjur Saturday ending all for mini bebe band and Tom Alhagie Samateh. Tamaka for Papa Samateh. Or Ntalong SMJ la managing director. The Ulu Tabakole. Thank you very much for having me on the program.
Mfanan content tabakele. Nin darano ning ba mala fi safero mimbe duma kungo kuntu. Ni selo sino telling ya. Yes.
Okay.
Ni fenke da domande. That will be very good. At least more. Ila camera laptop wala be bulo kono tenisa kungo jindi
laptop wala ben singo kande ha.
Yo abe singo la kungo jindi domanding isa je space mimbe kungo ni santo tema se talado. Okay. Ajindi domanding. Okay. Pura kane kunkuntu do. Okay, that's good.
A better side. Okay.
Commentator okay, that's fine. That's fine.
Okay.
Ela je debate demanding, but that's fine, say
a debate can yo tonya.
Yes.
Fani lampu do malango ngolo nyakan do banding. Okay, mbari mobile wala lampu mala.
Yeah.
Oba na di ko wa
so
mbedi ngol la bungol ko ma botela ko la ko siata.
Okay, no, okay. Ni la man fenge kan mo, that's fine. Yes, Alhaji Budu is a more content coming a for drone nata drone proof badi bun kono non janti bawo dawo da ning fengo nata nang nim modole kuma do res je nyantal la moy lale comme ngamin fo drone be killing be mu julu killing wala tin sa ko kata badi ya kunon sa jibe sa mitigate no nyadil bawo Omar fenke min fo jang Lamin Jassey min fo wala mo nyindula muy dol fanan na do ko dulaleti ka kutol la kililale nim fen jama keke andum dobi je jeni ko juru jam fata nyolale suto dobi je ni nada ayde nim bicycle le kana o ni soy ka taman ka tambijel ay pipe la ko nyin complain womo ku foloti so but for it kudo te kelano like pipe nyin asekeno dami wena molla tambo se sone aje for what kelano bang alai.
Okay, so saying mbadu nga follow mbe minna je kodi.
Yes, go ahead, bro. Laughter will come from definitely.
Mbe message ol fanan dol ki kayele malon fo be sotola no le bang malon.
Ha message sol be sotola ni na.
Be sotola no. Okay, mbadu nga ni dol fanan ki. Video lon do nga minute aje few months ago.
Yes.
Yeah. All right, and 12 minna je ka fole dredging kodi. Mbe dredging la je, so dredging bala le puru project fulale bije. So project killing wolom ka dredging ke ka banko supply banko Gambia because ye study kele aje ko Gambia dal na Kenya nin ko Kenya so puru construction no a cheap one wolom ka bondi bakon. So sovel katale ntol nga nyindula sovel ka bin 2019 COVID-19 watola. So COVID-19 enteraka. In fact, that in COVID-19 bestad la. So dula jamal le sobe te Gambia jel da mating. So nata dulal pick, dulal select. So wolom project follow the puruka Kenyo produce, puruka supply in the Gambian market. So dula jamal le finance select otobari mansakunda nata fo nga stadium dula follow la. Fulanjang wolom restoration oti. Restoration project wobe under dredging wobe under geology le and energy, Ministry of Energy. So restoration or whatever under the Ministry of Tourism. So dulal nying ko mbe alo nyami no ika mining lekeje, ika sand mining lekeje. So adulal nyin tinyata back. Nimi ye jelo nung inata jeje sign. Ibaja la tinyaro min kata jasiat femboka kenoje. So as a result, second project when you molom kadula nying reclaim ka restore. Restoration o ka kenyami ne ka banko bondi dulado ka fem bondi dulado kadula nying feel. You know, so wobe under tourism. So now feel the fanang tourism fanang for that they wanted some developments there. Bari jebe TDA lokono. So what development or long hotel or nimfango timini along ko ke TDA area alto. So project flow baby no all thing. So when you story started in 2019, kata 2020. You know, so but the Kobanka ya fale nyamin dredging yin nata move Banjul because emergency laboto. In Bako keda nyamin kabin tata NEA, this is about 7 years ago. Ila then director ka fa jama suare atel nata Banjul ko fa nya ko nyaaje emergency labidang in problem obijanne. Ila fanyin kenyo bondi la problem jama le cost dang bari ma bondi no ko nya at some point fango ya jamme fango kodo ala wato nga kodo demandin soto bari anata kete nga man nataje fa problem o di modolla. So it was very expensive kuruka ke nata for okay saying nga attention on shift photo nga problem on in solve follow ningo solve then sina jamma fangola na yin dredging project was a continue. So wala fanan ketan tata wol to wala tin be Banjulo ma fangola ngamra banka ku jama fali otole.
Yes, I do.
So project ko bole nyama so dulanying licensed area lom. Kodi so dulanying licensed area lom. So licensed area min wala munti ni dulam yalon ko ika application or like stakeholder le bengol min kenin dulato maybe atambida tanale. Several for about 3-4 years ikataje all these stakeholders. Sometimes I sit for department 20. Minalo ko sinaje bela call for environment ball le kono energy ball le kono tourism ball le kono kodi so all be na tale la tal pekeje
albe that dredging na daming it had wo mo be that
stakeholders mo le fo kan sa ka bo Sambuya ma fo la yes stakeholder le ta jama le keje fem ko li ka fo mi bathymetric survey all keta je many years ago kodi wolom ka jibe ke nyobe dami mun kenya sifallam fase bondino ala quantity mumuneti ala sand grain mumuneti wol be kadale so wakala through geology la and Ministry of Energy. So the second one wolom kafami ko kafanya dil environmental clearance do la fala EIA to sifa jamal so ya ko la faje so wol jama ba wol keta jele detail one ko di very very detailed ones. So Amanda wala fadang government fadang at the time man expert jama soto in dredging court. So Nata Muneke, they went ahead and engaged the British government, British Department of the Geologist, British government dal, ila geological department, Wolfanan Nata. So Wolfanan Tata Bankole, Dula Jamal visit, Yen site will visit, Yen Dulal visit. So all be Nata confidence the government la Purukalaisi the Purin Dulal. All they were, in fact, they were very impressed with our operations in Denton Bridge. Yela Kadol did na. At the time, na fejele rompulka problem modina, but problem bondi janata can tell the Cairo because they were very impressed with the system that was being used there. Science. What
the British company it had Sambuya
It's not a company. La fem called government long.
La geology government.
Gambia government assistant 𝐒𝐏𝐄𝐂𝐈𝐻, the Ministry of Energy. Yeah, channel Kenyami Malon, the Afontole in British government expert will be now. So in Nata and Ngalona, they went throughout the country to many places in the country. So Nata and Tolfan site to near discussion, lengthy discussion, so don't Abdullah visit a whole GB, process of BGB. Kodi? Nata la card holding tola, they were very impressed. Kodi? So Umamboto, so wale fana Nata more confidence the government fanana. Kana nyina ko dredging manka kukuto ti Gambia, the Ports Authority every 2 years he can dredging kejele. Every 2 years for the past 27 years. So in fact, nyim fulol min tambitan tollango okay 2019 aning how 2020 ngamira aning nyindo nato 2020 2021 aning nyindo nato ke last year. For this year le form bangali this year or end of last year ngo bankodi. So ntolle ngo fulol ke handung adol fanankel nyanta dol le fanankele je kote ke so dredging manka kukuto ti jandi so pipe wala
alon ne comme ports wol kan volta almost among the kuka bara become normal one
you told me la expert also to la shovel so they dal
exactly you always
ports to le kukuto ti jang ameta kala janne maybe modol malong na kala muda
exactly. So wala nanjahal tabaw gunjuru la wodulato about port stato wo kan wo normal tin because ports kan wati wol ka dredging
imeda kan even commanding kan hani bara fa woni wado ko even commanding kan do laji
exactly Denton Bridge finance kulungol la dulal to
ni ko dredging
but gunjuru ta gunjuru ta mine wo trigger wo nyama
niko dredging dong wolom ka sediment bondi bakono miye gunjur ta trigger ko nga fo nyami fem fulalom number 1 gunjur la dula dol ma fangol la Sambuya ma fangol la kenyo siata je ba ke bakono foni tale la dol do de isam la be farin kenyo la bari kenyo buka siaje de silt le kataraje so dula dol rocksol ning fendol fanam betaraje so yaje dula dol kenyo se taraje bala man suitable pour construction so nanyin stretch of fang wole jama ka bondi banjul kata fo katon dulal bi jele min yalon ko dia suitable dulal bi jele min yalon ko man suitable kodi so wala tin na bathymetric a detailed bathymetric survey ka ke is very expensive expert wala ka bondi bande ni njora ngol na ye ka buko ka boholo le drill ba kono e ka kudol fanan ke je ka sample olta so bari jani bo fanan so la ka tere exploration license sort of from the government kodi from the Ministry of Energy new exploration license sort of wala ke alaweta ba ko ne o survey ni ko fanan ke so amanka ko bi mol ka sila don 1 minute ya pipe wol fay gunjuro se ka tongo ka fana le Sambuya ko be dredging la buka ko nyamade ku jama lebe ko ko ma andu mol mini bi jang wala ku jama bale kala muta ka bondi Sambuya alkalol to ka bondi modol fanan to gunjur alkalol gunjur sefo min be je ma fa wala an VDC mo jama le nyum ko kala muta so amanka ku kutati wadi amanka ku kutati the reason o mi na fe nang Sambuya ma fa wala science ay be dami ma fa wala ko nga fo nyamin do sovel le ta ni ko nyobi jele min se use no construction bari dula nyum fanan natinya amandia tourism here because BBB Gambia nila for 5-star hotel or dulatije. Ngam mbeo incident o mole whereby anti-crime law side to nyo saboto manding ketaje. Because land the man soto. Land siata bari bi na explain bi nila for 1 hectare of this area recover la. Kodi ila fa notice la or ila fa kafina dile rehabilitate la. Just 1 hectare wrong. 1 hectare omu jellet 100 meters by 100 meters. By the niaje nyindulato average depth.
Yes.
And in Mimbije is almost between 5 to 7 meters. Dula almost 3 meters. But Dula Jamata metal dolta for almost 10 meters. My family. Yemin Sinje. Yalo niya remember nung Jama mine jelo balo na Kenya tumo lebije nung. So
Kenya and told Indian.
Kenya nila 4 levels if sotola. So let's say Dula dolta sit for 8 meters, but let's make it 5 meters. Nimko average 5 meters. Nila for 5 meters restore la B. 100 by 100, well on 1 hectare, 100 meters by 100. So if I multiply 100 meters by 100 meters, over 10,000 square meters by a depth of 5 meters, so it's about how much? 50,000 square meters.
Yeah.
Restore 50,000 square meters. It's about 50,000 cubic meters. Be near Kenya, Kenya, cubic meter will cost you almost 575. Let's just say 500. If you want to restore 50,000 cubic meters, that is only 1 hectare. So you do 50,000 times 500. Around 25 million net.
25 million, yes.
Yo, womu ni ata ebita beroba ebita fenko grabulo sinna lado kana bonje. But yalon ka level anin ka compact woman taro kono de. BBB poro nin dredging bekela poro 1 cubic meters is between 10 euro to 15 euro depending on dumping site. Kodi inke charge walla. Niaji be nila for 1 hectare with that rate, nila for 1 hectare rehabilitate la nyindulato, you're looking at 50 million plus. This is 100 meters by 100 meters. So all that in a be more buka for convenient dula de dala, more be nyaka sijela. Ni mo na te hotel land ya le buka fenkeno because it came miral nintanyanta 2 hectares le recover la, almost 100 million plus. Mbo spend nale. Janimba for the foundation of on start. So kulo mi alonko mol mi nyako along ya alonko is almost impossible for the government to fix this problem. So what I think Kabilin told Bullet and told Combejinkala, they were very excited. It told Bankavole, told NEA will be waffle, and told metal funds in the land to lie, the Purka environmental funds in Canaan to lie that but in master for many years. Because being it other fund, like I call for fund, la Purka and Dulade, they can in Kale Munekeji. If I for now mining, sand mining lekeje for construction, if I for Muna Nalio Kodomin Sudalma do Nijaleji. But the truth of the matter is, Wofanante Kelano, Munad not a Kelano, because neither Bankosin. Even Banco, I feel a cubic meter about $100 to $200. Restoration will be now is going to cost you about $500. Munebo kala no leba. New condition allow or company lab kolialale. And the new company for an left okala and told Gambia no internet and told leba sofala. Because Ibalale Kenya price card at the time is that I feel like 1,000 a cubic meter. Whereby those days triple sitano for 10,000 to 15,000. You might have no those days about 10-15 years ago. I don't know jam over sialale. So niaji be jam mote more blame no because more bele da quarter. Bankola sula kenyola ya bi ntolbe ya use mbe na bongol loje. So am kana sin kambulo to dinyola. Na onkulol fanan dol tata lano wafita mbama wol nin na wol nin na grano la lano wafita kodo domandin dunda wol fanan lustela na kulanda. Ber ko nga fo nyami nim banko sula ta resources la mo bu stop no. So wol fanan je nyinden ta stop la no, so let us make something out of it. Kodi so dulal wafita wala nyama edita mana leta wol fanela kodo sodo wol fana even though ka fo rehabilitation dingol ke min yalon ko dol fana sol dol ke no wol man ke nyum full rehabilitation ti bari ma ke dol fane demanding ke je bari ko nga fo nyam full rehabilitation te kala no je because fe man sodo je so ni wo problem o bi je BBB company do na de ko ndol se ndula feel no ni nga feel no bi ndol fanan alsaji be alse min din ndol fanan ndol fanan afen so ndol fanan se investor na fe wol fanan na e bungol nim fen kollo e hotel ollo bari BBB ndula mo hotel la net ni I remember before ndula be tinyala ten no it was there meta jel kabil nu ngabe TDA la kono TDA meta de ngamela kabil na 1950 something abe TDA jel and it was exactly moment na kana hotel loje moment na kana fel loje kodi kabiru wato Gambian minister former minister kata banta every season Janneh season o kata banta ka investor invite puri na kana hotel loje wato lan nyimbe betale photo nyande bari famman keno jede bari sai nillan tata beti na ta yamira be easy la ka mon na fe nkeje ba abe koleala
no abe koleala
da nata ke problem mo
modol sa argue
so another ke problem
go ahead Alhaji, go ahead.
Nka fola another ke problem mo ti place of ananto so much so that dinding wala kata in bank dolla taroni jesa tema na Sambuya ankol nata ya ko nyalim ma ko dinding wal kate ku janne dula dol bi je dinkatal demanding ko di so sila tala o dinding wal kanata ko nunje as a result fa nga security le tangi dun dije wala ko dula jibe pour dinding wal kanate ku je even though dula is vast but in fanan kan kata ningo dankel di nata jibe nyin dula coming back to the question ako pipe hole yalom pipe hole ndol nga license no soto ni license no soto normally ke allow le pour dula nyin soron yela do ko for the duration of the license abuko bi nimbe silo kambe motoboro la manokan ni be motoboro la manokan yaje ye silo soron be sila do ko wala mune ka dale afo la silo le ba fo ndanya nta tambela janne jannon tara su kan siloti ngamire ka sila do le jibe
ay ka bare do je ka dula do bula bole le mol stamine
yo ni atara dula min se bula bay bu ka da sila ko to kriye de ka fole diversion wal sila dota kodi nyin dula to ni ajibe ya pipe o jele pipe o min bori tabato yale netal do ngane tal do le kiyenan yo netal le kinde fane ngamiro olo mano nyin nan netaloti bari ne netalo jibe ba jela pipe o min bori tabato o be laadi ndumale abelani mbato kenyole kan wala bori tabato ko taka dunjiyo kon kodi woni talol be bule setan dino mo la natara possible da bari pipe do wol min tata wodin ka ba kono wol yatina wodula la pipe o le duma bula wolto bari wol odin ko te da minising wodin ko man level so nyin dredging pipe o fanan ka kenya mi ka level ni ka tilindi no ika try le atilindi as much as possible ni ango jindi baga ka kenyole pusa man ke jiyoti aka kinyoni njole pusa na ango jita baka buka tano kodi na wuli tabaka elevation also that depends on ibe damin dredge ka na din kata do mandim fana buga pompino kodi so bari mbe min fole do niaji be ko alon internet fem ko telephone be bulle
yes
telephone be bulle type ka fanya dile beach restoration
yes
a type drop yajibe ajibe be image ol min jala ibe pipe ol jala dami ibe jala bichol to ibe jala dumale be barikan dunia be ka ko le nyam kodi dokulal mili bidang imanke amateur dokulal tide some of them have been working for over 40 years kodi dochol fa min nata mini ka compete pour ka Gambia Post Authority dredge kabiri nata na dulaji be dentin bridge iko nyin dula do ata nyadi datol ka nyin dredging ke nyadi la wallahi kodi so mollo min yalon ko la doku no you know saying that ma fo ko problem o buka ke doku woto de doku dula especially ka fanya dile engineering works problem wol ka fintino jele kodi ko ka kele buka min control no problem wol sina wato do li saje yeta ya try ka solve kodi bari nyimman ke problem oti nyim pipe o 60 centimeters ka bondi ba kono ka fintina mbanta in an area which is licensed area means normally tolnyanta nyim dula fon be sono na le mo kan access to je bari moke nkontol sulata damina romba du ngoto ele pipe o nyi 60 centimeters o muy kumbali ngolti and one pipe da malon wala bota jio kono nata fintitana so pipe o tonalo niatare ni mol betambilate mol lol soblano de kalun 60 centimeters mimman sawuno wala sare man kende jati kende atije 50 centimeters mo be sinano etam yesa wala etam biela hajo isa baskulo ta ya seledi bari nini motorcycle lo wara moto etambila noje kodi and wod la manke moto tambidla ta manke ko sila balom nimu batolom bicholom andu do ko le be kanje do ko le be kanje mi alon ko ngala sino le soto bari mano nyim fanan kabira en command fenga ngala message ole soto so kabira message ole soto suto ngala message je banka fane message ole kinye nata nga commanding ka look iye min foten ka nga appreciate bake kabira nyinje ko banka wole bije ya banka communicate ya contact which is very good ya lo fo credit odial nga barika word sol mini use fenko to ha mbita minister kariyale mbita fenka kariyale ha mbe nyin kelale mbita media tole ha mbe bo sol na felele nga la display nga e buko ke buka diamo nyama kodi yalong tol nyin dula to jang tol nga la sino la soto je bari maw jaay mo kandi nga dula bulale mo be la hajo la je se tambije nga evini da fam ibe min na fo la sino soto fo ma soto man felonje fo permit soto ma soto man felonje bari nga ase young Gambian ngalon ko business wala soto je ninta be minke kan nae affect nka fani ma ke no pour que ma ko bari se ko ke no pour que ma ko mbe ma ko la pour fani la business okay kodi so ntango wala fa nka na office o fana mbe jana nga fa na office o be da nka anytime la fana je nka je la ni watol nka ni se ma ko no ko la mbe ma ko la ndalo license tiyoti jang ndamata license kolon de balanta ngalo mbeda mi ngala license on soto andumbe do ko min ka within the license dom wadi andu license on fanan ka jole hani ground rent famo je ka jole ni obeji be hani wot la fo ngombe min occupy kay ka be jole ni ndo ko sifa soto wadi bari mo be yusa kan ka ni se ma ko no be ma ko lale so nata molbe commandire ko nya ni ni fon ka bari waya bo sifa kala ne wo be necessary talaba momin kay na office o hanan ni atara junu ni la fanyin problem o le solve ko le na be solve no ba solve le yele bari mbuka maji kede nyindo ko fanan kalon wala nan ka stakeholder jamal de tata je ika nyim fa ko nya ko marine conservation or kanim fenkol which I really appreciate na tara ko leke kodi ha bari at the same time fanan yalon marine
yes
sorry
I
appreciate that for sa ko ngamira wala for the man show bag konye foi ka moto le taba ka bondi gunjuro motorcycle ka bondi sanyan ka ta gunjur kodi even do ka le wol bicho kande buka moto allow yo body bicho kande yo fonto lel sinya jama Gambia fane expert also to in the marine sector kodi andu an kana jutu nyola mol bi jane minan ko la do ko long fadan karanta bantale ko understand kodi so wol bi jele en fage team do so do ngamira was led by one person called Lamin NEA. So every week on Katara no le kat lalji be ne feng fenje wrong niata la kulo mi alon ko issue on they call their attention. So cool be ja wole nyama wol fanan bela do ko wala wol mu ban sakunda do ko lalle but even at the mi man ka man sakunda do ko lati na tara fenje mi alon ko amira ay do ko affect le andunga sentol mako no asate fanan mako no ay nan tol kan bari kana ta media te ko cool fo be cool fo la mi alon ko mol mi man tara Gambia minalon ko be banta man Gambia ko long o min man ne talo fon understand wol be sile be kam faale be ko miral minalon ko man tara kering kodi nyindula do momo tata samuya
hadi sa en ka fon se into wodi amo kenole but coming for imang concern fanan nyindula sinta nyami baden de tintingo kan fo wokeno bebe wodula to le ban puru also se mi wafi no ali alla ko do bondije ali odu
ko
wala
sai bina kan ya
yes follow research ya sabule ko you have enough sun in that there because albe damin je fana man jamfa binala wotole ba o fana na implication ko nyeri ngol min kataje anin coming fo kulungol ni bitaba ko no dinko min bije anin potentially mole se fe bar fo enough sun bo to le pour alce so demandin soto no je ali dula fana feel no ni wala ya me no talte mo damage fana kala wo dula to come go ahead thank you
one good question let yalo ne ya mo le bathymetric survey for yalo ko bathymetric survey so bathymetric survey la do ko lo wala ka fo kenyo min bije amanke ko kenyo min fana bije bere ka bondino so wo study la ka itandi ko kenyo min bije se bondino andu jelle fana se bondino ka quantity fon itandi jelle so wala nan ka fo ko nyin course la no straight la jam fatala bari dula be fana man kenyo so de sa bondino dami kodi o bathymetric survey la ko itandi in fact kabiri nga fen ko ke stakeholder dol bije
yes
wol nata mune fay ko ha okay albedo kala restoration or albedo wa fi la bari yalo nyin Senegambia ma fa mo fanan woto fanan ni ta do ko la le ni ta ka jede da because je erosion or ka keje ameta kala je kodi so ko nye sain andun je ma fa on kenya sifa min bije amam bete abaka tala shells ya ta issue do soto ni ake bicho kan don bicho ka murundi je ko no le quickly so last one of it had tala kenyo bondi fo barama fa on la so konya falve kenyodo kabiri o foytoli o query wal kede to la query because ikanyin opportunity di nyim fen call bela stakeholder bela la mimu la consent yafo then they can discuss bari kabiri tate o ko jibe je ade enough bijele mi alon ko so fon supply no kodi so nyim dula to enough kenyo bijele bari dula fana yalo ninga ba fana jibe ba buto mo jama buka dunga kono ko so buka ko understand baake bari nyim dula amandinka in faka keta nyami mfango nindula jama long ba fala problem lo ba chala hani mansula kenyo le ba jama la jama sinal pura dinka domandi ba fana pura dinka domandi abeta ta jele aka jel ma ko la ka fen jama ma ko le nyimba man dinka nyimba dula jama amanke dula beti bari dula jama ba sita almost 400-500 meters hani 3 meters deep ibu kasot 4 meters nasi ata 5 meters kodi yalon dula jama baba dula jama bije ni data almost 100 meters drone you get about 10 meters or so so na nyimba bole nyama bari yalon yena samgo ya sambu yalon ne yo hello Hello.
Hello? Alhaji?
Hello. Bro, come
Yo,
on.
come on. Okay. Yeah, sorry, malo min ketan again. You enter to find out like Kajibe.
Okay.
Ha.
You come on, side.
Ha, nke moile. Ha. Yo, Alhaji, aning for so atol nyanta dinko min sinna how depth is that wonyanta jamfala nyadile ka sing bawe ko kenyo be siari ngila no jema dinka fana.
Oh, dinko fana Benjamin kenyo be dulamin tomba dunga fo nin kenyo be dulato. Ni asing automatically wala nan ko calculation o lebije ni ko bo fala moy min manke expert to wato do la sa batandi do man da sa confuse. Ni asing kenyo pour yasin ni asin donc automatically kenyo dole ka soje. Nim for example nanga example o dila ni 5 meter sing. Sama ni nata je ba jalo 5 meter be kala 3 meter di. So as time goes on, iba jala bita be kala 2.5 meter ti anda ka domandin soro wala nyama te ka move le. So wala dina kenyo fana te siata da me ni ba bondi le ka bondi wod la sifale to. Kenyo ka move le. So jebe din kala le bari ka fanya dile. Certain din kol le fana bije min ya lonko ika wo condition o le dila ikana tambi nyin din kol la. Ikana tambi certain din kol la jam. Ikana tambi certain din kol la. Ikana sutia ba fana ning tintin wala jeteng. Niaja masingo na rasu data tindi ngale salon ko either la fa fenne dundila ba kono fenko kono kulun kono or something like that. But a certain distance already. Niaji be ye dreja jale mimbe Denton Bridge. Alon fo nene ka jala manke masin dintide.
Ha, masin ba.
Masingo watra baake kodi. Masingo nying almost 50 meters by 13-14 meters. It's a big dredge. But one masingo te doko kala no Sambuya. At the doko kala no je wala tina kabiri nyim project ko confirm ta for government to go ahead in machine kutole sang min natana. It's a very expensive machine kodi o machine kutole natana investor yo le fenka yo na fena wala be Sambuya to so dredge min be jana wote doko kala no je simply because issue lata distance o min na for maintain ibuka ta to nga fo ko ngata bicho fanka ngata dredge na je ngata fenko ibuko wolke.
Yeah, Alhaji nga alon dredge sifal jamal bije quota structure da CDS CSDS bijele TSHDS bijele you know grab dredge bije you know backhaul dredge bije etc. Comme Gunjuru la situation o be nyami atol ka dredge nyamale use o mun dalili la asabala ka wo use ani modoli afoko e kal sutia tabati fenko la bakele suta been deeper one. So that you know, mina sabu alnata a bit closer for kanyola deposit or siata water bank.
Yeah, inata closer. Nyaje inata closer. Inata like a adjustment to dol kanim fenko. Le distance less oto. Mi alonko they cannot dredge beyond that distance. But wato doli ka kurungo suti andina ne wato doli be fengo le dundila kulun konan so on. Yalo dula fanambe amanjeti fanan so don koy wolonni. So ofo yala do ko kolendi back. Hani mol fon be dunna kulun kono is a problem. Ni nyanta bagage dundila kulun kono is a problem. Je do ko man diade. But ko lebe kere. Okay. Adoko kole ata back. Akole ata back expensive tafana. Kodi regardless woman fenka ko mobe short corner tala. Nte ni afo ni minial long. Ngalo mbere kole. Nga do kula 14 do kula min bayda tambita monale in the past 3-4 years. Kodi isa mol nyinen ka fentem fo momo la fanna banko la ko compromise la wala momo la fanna do ko sabotage la mboka compromise wala kodi dunia manjari nya wala nte am profession kodi na bro badi we nyin ku jama alka nyin ku jama nyinen ka alfa wala bro dam fa wala bro ka fa Suleiman Touré no la fa la baba dinding top engineer in the UK kodi
abe nyinen ka abe anda be janna abe la mo abe jibe gande de ngamere ba kumande la lay na
abe jibe gande top engineer wallahi mina murni la engineer not a study ta nyola le mbesteri nyokan Oxford no you know na bongol be nyoba right by the university mbebo le the top engineer science and he's working for some of the top companies engineering companies in the UK so gunjun kolom Suleimanti minimalo ka fa baba dinding ni ale ning issue civil so I'll say mo civil communicate no I'll say contact no sal advice nyim mu Gambia is too small BBB kube kuto ni tata fa internet to FMB FM fo ya fo be mo jamal discourage ndila in Bangkok and ale along ndafa na nga banta kele nga almost 15 years ke bantale mbe ikafanya dile mbe kabirinta be bondile banko kan I was almost 16 years. Ndata nga UK nga school ke wolto ngo bang tata nga university ke je nga doko ke je. Kodi ndenga mpak len setanan katu ngalo ne there's no place like home. Nga je kaytol sifa be sotole. Bari ngo betu je nata shoko non tebina nga na mbina tinyaro la janne ba. You know, Gambia no lo farim banta min yalon ko ni nata jang ko be banko mi mako la de mo be idea soto. Bari wato dol nga kol mim fon ka fo nyamin ka nyo discourage ndele mo jama be jang be tubabu du man kontanje.
Mr. Samateh
mbadu ngoto ma do mandi.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so akumaya telen ka nyo encourage ninga nyoje kula jang. Nite aje mistake o be daming. Kana ta yafo ko mbadu ngata social media nga fem fo nga modol kamfandi nga mol kamfandi nyokan kana okay. Finti na nyatra if you are genuine yafo ko look na le nyin ka bal ma ko la de. Imban kontrole tam. Ndol be la fale mol mini bebe bante be sena ni setana jang fombe jam min dala BBB yatara banta e niyo mantara diare nyatara nyin doku bale te appreciate le be result ko sifa be kele kan o man betia wala tin na bro la kabila tata nyin doku lal kan start ka nyin fon ko fo mbe bo sol na felan ka e ko ke nka bin to la bro dal fele jama bale be banta nim mona de kam banta ay tare la doku la be jamo fo le ta mala language o fon moy a start ka fo mbe bo sol na fela be wuri le kan anditi alo mole bula doku la je how would you feel kodi so fo nga ñoo respect nga ñoo la profession respect nga ñoo la opinion of an respect boyo kabila na tan kan nga la opinion of respect la andum pare tal ka ma ko bari kabila nga mo ata media de kay ko fo je nda hani bi malla moy wala de bari kay ko fo je minimum okay I was very disappointed with him wallahi kodi ñim ban kon tolle tam ndol da ma tam ñim ban ko bi nin tanga fengende gunjur na ka fu ñoma ken dol bije mbidan ken dol bije mo ken dol bije Sambuya na ko dal bije na dal bije sañam fanan di same thing baado kunku di same thing ngake jumale mbake lam famole so BBB wala dinantola agenda moment janga do ko ke nga create opportunity will create bi nga Gambia no min soto ngoto do ko wala young Gambians alhamdulillah more than 100 mi alon ko every month beke la karojo full time walni min be contract ko ka mankele so say nintanga other people wol min fan la fanalo business yi pasta la min be mon mako kam fonge mako nimme mako no fanante tinyala kodi so brother ni la fa fenna ni se mako no nanang bari use the genuine way na nga singa diamu nsaji ben se minke no bari kana ta ga ko fo mi yalon ka be do kam fandi na fata la tete mako la tente mako la nunta man ta fen illegal din na jede andum be best practice dala andum ngamin fo ni ako guli ba jara dawo de ka keje wala nyama aha
yes Mr. Samateh kamin fo ngabe no na diata la mbe kachabe kelanda malte mal nga nyinji but komi yalon yenyi min fo tintingo kan aketa wala nyama moli e kuma duyma lim fo ni tinyaro min keta jete ya jel hanin teto explain
ngajele
we man ngole wala ko nim kankuran we ba fa ne tu wule ngoje definitely be borra la le
wala fala muto nyaade
no tinyaro min keta wala ndu wo mori min fanan be nyinde be nyi kudi mal fo 2 meters mba danna wala to mba fenkela wala to tinyaro min keta jadanna tambita bakele because moment tarajelu belief te lale mo be late la check and balance man taraje min diate wala ke by the time mol balon na it was easy beyond repair it's beyond repair so more is good it's easy moli na ye kumo mume be fo because nyini fanam ika putola kilo la jele ika doku wala ke dinol ka balu wala modol fanna balu be wala ni environmental wala ka so it don't na concern wala ke ni nyimbe caring you know engineers mean because the protection of the water say many explain no ka foko okay tonya stakeholders only akel but that is at the higher level but the lower level mini along wolf and na do ko muninde ti faraman santante wol to through that le poor people yes amba studies wol nim fen wala ikana ka wala ke ka kutoli ta the dolphin wol min ka faaji ani fen ko le ke document ke share with partners you know so akuma dale fanam pour fanan ni woli si ba atol fambe do ko le fanam be do ko pour nga ñomoy nsa jibembe ko kala nyaade so o fanan kuma yata je bakel so nyin training ay yamira potential impact le ba kam pour nyim fendingo li mini be ba ko no because aman ke tindingo kadda made ngalon ko wo adula ti nyata bakel barabe resto kanan people are trying molbe fengol try kan le hadama di ya fengol bar be vending ol min fana nyel min kana bada de no ka wuluje ni menta e dum ba ko no all those things yamira nyin train je mum potential damage le soto wol fali ol be assess je le ba
wala ka yalon environmental expert wol ko wala jibe ko nga fo nyami ni tata NEA ba tare fane mo jama so do mi dalon ko they are highly qualified committee nin tabe nyami dol fanan tata bantale very good degree sort of from masters diplomas from outside very good universities dol fane ake Janneh and they are very good at what they do nyini tol fana na do ko be molti kajine jibe kodi normally ka fanya dile nyel ka kilo la to na le ka wulu dula jamal to including kenyo kono bara buka siya kenyo kono ko mankol kono ndol mo understand le kodi so ni wala tinna ni nata ning environment do fen kata je nin dredging fara ngadula follow min jibe aman kejin dula tede amu tanjele follow jibe tanum side visit ol kata test ol kata cool kata bari kany environmental concern ol min fo wala tinna bota tanje among start water tanje kabin 2017 jelle follow checkta kodi bari because of environmental concerns wada malati na bota je kodi kutol ka kilo la fenko kan bicho kan ntolla activity performance ya bicho kan bicho koma ika kenyo sindami ni momo ja nyin dula lo ba jala bicho fan kan in fact nyin last dun san min bije dani be futala bicho kan ika fo ile kanoma nyin manal min kataje wala last dun min fan ka bicho fan protect kana although dula do le domandi mbondi jele bari ka fo ile kanoma wo koma la wonin suwol tema jelle sinta so ntolla do ko fon be focus la wolto kodi so bari nyaaji be nyindu la to fon atela do ko la fa easy lal demanding yalon fen ko sanyang ye fen ko sotole ye river sotole dredging ka kenyame ka jiyo la fintindi jiyo nin kenyola ka fintinang bari jiyo ko bulala murumba ko na bota dami ibiko maintain bantan o ka murumba ko la bota dami so normally ni bo jiyo fala mudundi la fo channel o yela fo silo sotai fo silo soda be muduna dami so lede kana silo soronne wala tinan ko nyin in a sense nyimu construction side leda ketal ko don tolle ngabula because ngaron ne mo danta wol even do amansia activity mansia je bo mo danta wol min ka je jus pour ngebule tol fane free bari ndol sida no nga indula ko hotel na soron fojani na do ko bubanna bari currently wori ba mimbe jana sanyang nka pumping direct wall to sada sita wari bar janin tol be channel do ko jelala je mi alon ko jebe muruna jel obe pour ka convenience mol bula je min se je ma fon use la fala killing ki wol min ka de police tambe
ko sotole alaji nga ndoma do soto afanan be abe studio ta lafta na la pour asenyi ni ka quick son dollar ngami ra fanan na
problem ti ja fa sima wato sida na da etare
yo need to know be few minutes da ma senyi ni ka wala ngebula because suo bi na kula
problem ti je
it's all 8:45 okay. So Omar Saho esina nang na ye koto kenyi ni na friend ni ka you know, mimu alagiti some of fananda concerns mumite as an environmentalist you know so then se nyinko bulande nyo kan se kachano nyaming nyin damage or whatever is there and sa mitigate no mbenga taramiran killing nga continue nyoka na so far so kana nyofa Omar bisimila
yo abaraka bakembe kontana ni you know pale so mujang alaji ani jiberam mo betu ndala consame demanta alaji blame la wala mining now nte many visiting kenyu lato because ala ya fa dia money kono ko signam wanyon sele kata o ma fa ka je survey and have various experts many kata wala ko ban man sekundala karola and other Gambian citizens. That is where my concern is because ala is an engineer in any field that's ethical standards of how you operate standard of operating system SOPs. So ni Molimbe Gambia either they are working for any AI commandments on and other people they work for the coastal and marine environment unit of NEA. It only matter bada than the nafa me be to the Pekajama from GB. Both inside the water and outside the water. All in Tinton Yin can Yin Kutole Bolo, they talk about the cetaceans, the dolphins, the whales, the turtles, and all that stuff. In an bada can look at the geomorphology of the coastline, all of the sand dunes, salt water, the wetlands, the brackish waters, and all those areas of the shoreline. So near senior more line GBJ, it is very surprising. Gunjur-Sambuya, wala Gunjur, wala Sanya, wala Kato Mafa, Imam Bondi, Wakalam, or they were not part of the consultation. Because the ammonia con Alaya mentioned they got the license. For such a minor person or dredging to take place in Sambuya, in Yantakata through an environmental impact assessment. And then that impact assessment, you will have a various composition of different expertise. People who specialize on economics, on social aspect of the whole thing, on engineering aspect of the whole thing, on marine ecology. They have to get all these different people and biodiversity and everything to look at the various aspects of how will this dredging impact the livelihood of the people down, how will it impact the environment, how will it also impact the marine ecosystem. One of the major important elements is the scoping aspect of that EIA. We want to have public consultation. And you cannot have a public consultation without having like an informed consent from the local communities. Ningo for your mouth is very broad, it's very vague. We're looking at okay, more jamale mamang kafto mafangol, okombo mafangol. nye de mala bo ma fon ye nyin kan en dejin kata wala abato la bade mo nyin afek la nyaade le molle bo wala min ya len ko community le mo de ko kebel bino moto balle bina jamma fon min ya len ko bin somanda fo bula robe tala buru kan jama kanyo bandi bala ma fola kas magambe fanna dolla wo abal batin la nyaade le la woni nyin kaaje dem from there handa local moto borndal vantol ni gelege tiwol ni taxi driver le nyin ka moto balle le sani ka balan danjin bir ma fon wala somewhere in the Gambia not the kind of the community between some young mafon or other part of the country, either through the to Jerry mafon or Lakata Sifo mafon Brigama mafon. You look at their opinion. This is where you gotta synthesize all this information, be compile, analyze, and provide some policy recommendations. There's a review session of that EIA. That's way before the approval. What if you say when you start more Jamal and Jamal Fawala, meaning more to their expertise, they study outside the country or they're working for the government or private sectors, they need to buy the car. And the same public opinion also you seek it again. Then the final thing is now you're gonna make an approval, either to approve the EIA with some recommendation for review or an amendments, or you can reject so that was where I have my biggest concern on. You know, it all a mini bula
but Omar ibata na jel ana commanding for yemini be ni ka jandi binala
Omar ko muneke aha imam bare
no ndem fla jema fala folo ndem gunjo appointing nte wulda wolda to ngabul demando le ko wolda ngoda
mbike mo hello
nka fale ko
ha
ala kanyun lami folanting nte nga jebe londe nte mo gunjo di wolde nganyun la be kenya ni londe jannis kenya bi folo fa nga ko wolda nga jelon kabini tan yobe carton nte nga la jebe nyaade ke jobe la carton atana carton aboda carton atara sanya atara sambuya we no be to understand before world lack kenya be nga be understand and then ko mun diam kenson ni diamati nga jela world how does it impact the local economy of before Musola Farola Borla, Sani Musola Farsora Borla. World Lamin Borla, they are attached to the historical community settings of that area. Gunjur-Sambuya, Afalas Benintole. What's going to be Mafosa to Bidalebi? The archaeological features we have down there, as far as the history of Gunjur is concerned, is pretty much, vanished in a way. Yena Nanje, Yajibe, Woolen Borla, Minian and Water, and this started Adule Nyoma. And if you look at all those things, Nyaji is the massive environmental injustice happening around that area. If development is going, you're going to need sand to build up your concrete walls, to build up your structures. There's going to be a demand for that one. But this is why we have to look at things in an optimal use. And we have to look at it from sustainability aspect. Can you be consigning follow, can you do the dunes were all excavated, they were all, mined, they were taken away. The focus that's going to be the PDMOD, not the miles or the meters, the world war was never followed. Near the B, you live like a reducing the world, like the North Beach, the world. And along those lines, geology is a protocol like a world, like okay, but let's know dealer, new labor is stolen. Ni Maraston like a world, Sani, Mobile Line Yadi the Co, Dredging Mall, Wolibakan Yamal. And then, Alhagie, I have my master's degree in environmental science, and I study in Asia, and I know the protocol. I was in Taiwan for 6 good years. From there, I came to the US. I studied social policy, and then my studies every look at social justice, economic justice, and then environmental. I look at all those in the local world. They came in any year, near Belone, building Jamasware, Kanajina. Mbike mo
bari sambu to asiatel de alo near do for
but another question no answer demande because
but medic survey you follow but medic survey
okay go on kemo
but medic survey is just only one aspect. The social
Omar ibata ana yebgo kuma jamale fo Alhagie kam moyle
Omar kuma jamale fo ko la nyoka be be ma bo kono turu jumale
okay yes go ahead
and very good points all Omar yole raised very good points by the way Ikante mimfongo je manke environmentalist or the barinta mo an architect, the chartered architect and a chartered urban designer as well. Studied in the UK, worked in the UK. Ikan yim found min be for UK buka bungolo manning impact assessment work. in fact, environmental science, for 4 years while you're working on the environmental science. So, be for jam. Jam fana mini for how long maybe you are Ibe Gambia le bang for Ibe Bantale.
Alhagie
Ibe Bantale for Ibe Gambia le.
Mbe Bantale, I'm in the US right now, I'm American scientist.
Okay. Nsongana.
El department
Nsongana answer dealer wrong. Yale fenja male nyilinga ko for impact assessment or telephone nyinkele for public consultation or kele.
Come you go to listen no deal na tolla. Alima wo okay. So mini e wolke. Ha. Mini e wolke. You go content ko wala ko la kan dem Gambia dingol, dem Gambia dingol. Gambia na mo lonne BBIB. Ning intele ko mo muslimo de Gambia. Natani wo fanala. Mini e ka min fo e dadu alimen ka tale sonde mo ani karwa min fo e ka tamal ne wo silola ala sartola amansa Gambia. This is where I have concerns of the Gambian people. We have so many deceptive intellectuals in the Gambia. We have people who are very, very dishonest in the Gambia.
Became more sand.
No, I'm coming for Gambia.
So yale fene nyilinga.
Okay.
Omar mbata fana ijabi sa yekuma jamale fo is difficult to be jabi.
Nya fo bela mola weka kajadi ya moy. Yo, yalong nkwaje ite be bantale bi be US le, you are very well qualified. It looks like, and you've got a lot of good experience. Ma fo mol bija woltam bitela la bari nyongol bija na mini alon ko study ta banta fana ye similar experiences so be do ko la jang. Fo ka nyama fo be ka nyama malom bari ye fengo dol fo jang. Public consultation yalo nyindo nyinka ja fo denu ngabe diala nyami na fo tata Sambuya fana. Yalo nga fa le nyin natale into phases. Phase 1, phase 2 and phase 3. Kodi phase 1 woman futa Gunjur-Sambuya. Well, niko Gunjur-Sambuya mba fole adanta Sambuya le. You can call it part of Gunjur. Kodi so nyin detail all public consultation all beke tawotole. Itata le ye questionnaire na fi le la call beke kuja maleke. Ntol fa kundingo. Gunjur ma fon la so second phase government fa ne mim fa nye ko dula nyin mba divide la into blocks. Block A, Block B, Block C. So when you Block A le follow Block B le follow di la lio ke niata successful dan contenta then sina expand kata. Kale ni min for cautiousness mi alon ko num mini nate mini for market wolle tol fanan duwo bet. Kon tabe di la mbe janne di la nga jibe ale min fo fal ba kala nole. Kodi so sai kan consultation ol min fo Sambuya wol be kata jela nin ka chume. Inata le nin questionnaire tata man taraje ale alon man taraje. Bari nga mo Sambuya kol fo nga mo bi tol fo nga fol. Sambuya maybe alkalo fo nga ture maybe ata fo be la mo kanyinale kodi ngalom gunjur kolon de gunjur ko buka ka koma so bari al setol jinin kan no nyin kusi fal fanana yalon ko wol fanan be nyamin ko ka dia nyamin niata re fana yela ko wol fanda nyin kala ba inanta nyin min kala fo ya kele so ye jamal ye fen jama mention ikonyele kele mantara je bari ikonyele kele so I believe that ye kele. So tol fanang any fanang ila kol fanang strictal demanding ala along a man strict ko US or UK ngolonde bari a strictal demanding tol la Gambian level or stricta back so e kan nyimini fo mol fintitale fenkol fintitale kubino consultant ol fintitale mol ye ku jama lekeje bari wol man futa Gunjur do ko fana man futa Gunjura danta Sambuya la ejo to fokata ka fana dile sanyang so first phase fana wol min ton Sambuya lom anin ka chume whatever first phase so one divided into two ala second part whatever sanyang wala tina mitino dol fa man kenon sanyang bari hani Sambuya fa ndol fa man da government la ko damal ndol fa ko ningo wulita len tata ka chume ni Sambuya be nga mitino so kala moy mo la min affect nga video do ki nan Janneh sa video jibe maybe you can share with Omar wo video mo musol la farol leti kodi iko dulal min for exactly musol la farol le bije ndol fa ka ben tata last ya nindi se ka ben nat Gio natale and wom ko giol da natale fa shuti ati la fenso la fa start ke la fenso la ko jolon gio kono so la faro fon tata talata kodi so ye fengol mini fon fi video te ba jibela banka fon bije ye fengol mini fi even la en tomato lim fengol fon gio ko start ke tinya man fute ma fon be tinya kan so it was decided in tol ngata nga nyimbe jeje ntol janimbe do ko start la kabire nga nyilla si no so rom first janimbe na mo fon mobilize dan ko la excavator na fi excavator bondi na side to banjul natale ko musolo faro min fo ngole follow block ya pour ko jio kan futaje ndada nga block almost 500 meters with a heap of sand kodi wada ma fo is quite expensive work because several days CBJ be do ko kala pour dan ko rong wollo garden fo ngol se mono danin jio be fen ko jio be futalaje munte kundingol dindela ngoke kodi ndefanam boda yalon nka yalon Gambia wala nankale Gambia do atale ndefanam boda community min kono bakawlom it's just like Gunjur, it's just like Sane, just like all these places mol kata true min nan dol kono jamata to wala mbama wala farole ke na school fees wol nin ko do fa alhamdulillah bi ala ken dol fanon lotanum fangolle so nin dol nata ngol jol problem si bal ko nyamiram bitalan ko aggravate ba ngol la fa ba o buga keno ndeto jambade ntenga UK bulanga do ku kendo le soto je nata dan Gambia ngalo nying is not about me and be point all me for kan I really appreciate them because ngamira you know what you're talking about but it's sign ni la fanyin ko fana lo nebe investigation or follow kala fo nyin kala bang then ni be la conclusion or kala o be fana ma ko la conclusion or kala
msumade nkama ko conclude ndum matul blame ko kono
okay
koku bon sunu katarala. You have to do an assessment of the whole issue in place. And in order to do that, until you come for RCA, the root cause analysis. Mbe nyim konfoka na nifuna tala watara punta banda mine wo sabo. Wala mataka dredging na bekeri wala. Mine dredging senior la moleji allocate. Do they have the approval? Yes. Your approval is senior dire. Jamal feasibility study ke wala. Jamal AI assessment ke wala. Jamal consult. This is how you analyze everything. You dissect everything.
Yes, of course.
Until you get down to geology and Gambia Tourism Board. World la Gambia Tourism Board, if you look at the tourism development master plan, it means for world la Kombosat Mume Beto is defined for ecotourism development. Niko nga tourism nga develop world la e ka fle birin bad ko birin tanje bolongo the Pelican Island tanjeje connect all the way down for carton abem world. But what the same what we call the institutional working groups Nia Jabo Nyama Gambia Tourism Board, Development Parks and Wildlife Management, Geology, it's like a mining coca world la Parks and Wildlife Marine back on a cool, all of you Kutol in Dolphins University. Gambia Tourism Board Martin in Can. So na dual man better out my for the world la. Nia Jibe. So near was to liberate the world, after the man boy world la. You have the license to operate. So one understand the amount of Masukunda ma phone. It's all a marine Gambia corner Sato Mume Betula. Tinyari for naked world la banco do me a resident to protect a violate at first place. Muslimin can nago go le for the fan Mume Bella. Funding can make a bad use for their picnic and the recreational facility for the Mume Betula world. Now we are very hopeless core. Development not taken no word at all. Inte back on be SMJ water. Calypso ma for Mume Bella. Ani back on Lakon. Can you ma for but government is not for you about word la.
Mamoy.
Nga ko baka wala calypso bala toje kata Lakon. Mbe baka SMJ water. Baka wala calypso kata Lakon ma for wala. Lakon silt. It also not for fun koje. But calypso coma. Because ma for wala Kenya ma for wala. Yeah, Tanje ma for Tanje Pelican Island back on J. Kenya bokan. But then you have the mangrove because never can you build up Tangela World. I be all bad abon I will stabilize that, including the Fencoin bad reserve. So Gunjuru, Badakunku, Sanya, Carton, or Sambuya Mafume be to the world. Gambia Banco Nandolala. Nicola Bolo, Bosolo Gambia using compressed art blocks. It is an engineer.
Okay, me answer lo falantolo bari pare follow ngana ay pare dal
and element come time is valuable item al file
no mbadu nge answer let board la de
but I will answer because I have only few minutes
yalo compress hard block
10 o'clock here. Go ahead Alhagie answer then Umar yana speak time go ahead
okay
Saying mbe min fole falan ko wod laaje ka calypso lo lal min fo nga wol falan jibele no wol be jibeta le bari because of the same environmental issues that are there walati now is even part of the Tanbi wetlands even though as we are speaking ne Gambia kolone modol le bata kan ka dredging keje
wow
ibela pol dundi kan jele bari butu o be ni mansa kundal te ba yalon tola kutodo kodi yo bari saying compressed art blocks as CEB problem Mimala problem oti jankwa jelenda fongola dissertation nga base was ifale to kodi puruka jibe ways of developing this sector in the Gambia but the problem we mintinga compressed art block bondino dabi nka bondino mintole binka bondino nie bere wulango sing basal dosning
yes correct
wala ngata wulo kono la sifal but na issue mu minti bi ningo dulal sing what becomes even worse than nyimbichoka. The simple reason be ningo dingol simbakane feel no manfen so dombe feel la minna kodi nyindula sudata bala la bala jibe bo odin kabal min be fo nyindula dolto muna wolbe filla no muntumale mbe filla munela abe ko lala back so wala na challenges in compressed ad blocks
what was in
and iko compressed ad blocks min fala nyaka kenyo do mandin tala bari problem mo min tika kenyo fo min use because min back kay be odla ma fa wala ikata musolla rice field so leto because min dulan min manka coastal area alti rice field ol faranto kenyo bo wolleto so ba jala santon ko ol faranka kenyo bi wolleto which is even worse than this one konga fo nyami nyindo at least sita no baba ko ne kenyo bondiari store bari woli be kenyo bondi lamin so wodin ko ngoy bakote dom sa jale ika kware ne kejenu bari ya jale mbe mbalito fa kan jele fo niali 30 years ay ma fandino wakili mo damma so say wol min be fo nyin ndula do to mbol fandi la nyaadi le so what is a huge challenge Gambia when it comes to natural resources na issue shotole ni be America wara England wara dula jamate ba jala wala bankol wara tale so much so that it's atara mining sangara din kala dula janto bari because mo buka futa jama mo batari mo buka kala muta bari ntolla banko do yata bake whereby fengo be shutiata nyolali ni tata hani ko dam ye wula ba kono ni e kan fa jane ba jala sate do be ko may be moyla so wala tin ntolla ko all is a huge challenge ni nata bi Gambia mo moy ko banko bu ngolo ba flante de banko bu ngolo bari even wo banko bu ngolo ni ba lo le ko din ko minsing wo sare dula kana ke problem oti kenyo min ka bondi ba kono wala tin ko BBB ni atare internet o so do re no be fengo so do mobile food on so do ya text the marine aggregates crown estates CROWN estates ESTATES marine aggregates woba tandile la UK ke la penko Dredging be bondi nyami UK pon la Dredging ka triko be bondi bala kono sign even though they have a lot of land kadum felenta okay Baga fan norisle. Yedin ko simba.
3 minutes da male dile pour un programme au conclude. Time o tata baba ke.
Mba conclude.
Yes.
Mbesila nyinko wala ko rek. Bari babe nyami bi yedin ko bi bato. Ah? Yedin ko bi bato bi. Yedin ko bi bato ba jala within months. Later mu expert lady. Ya long the movement of waves.
No, I'm not an expert. I'm not expert.
No, you are an expert. The movement of waves wada mada maka din gold dol sarele kodi so wala kataria bari nyata bantalo nyindin ko mimbe banta Sambuya nin kachume nin gunjuru wolto ni ko din ko ya fan saria sita for nearly 100 to 1000 years dana be sarela kodi simply because fonyo le ka futandi je fonyo do mandine ka futandi wodum is very slow so wala tin na nying restoration o dama wala sekeno je nin dula restore ika nying fenkol mimfo eco tourism na propose ta pour dula nyinto ecotourism kodi wala propose je so wala atina nying company fala mba folede dredging is just a small part of it ye group o min sort dredging and ye group o min sort of fenko do restoration o te banking sand dredging is only a small part of it kodi ni aji be nying kuluma fonda ma nying kulumba min na des nearly $20 million ni ko bo sort la sand dredging dan you will be dredging for 15 years dani bo kodi sifa sort la but the investors they don't have that kind of patience but kadulana Africa develop into modern places mini la faje develop le fana nya dula la Atlantic City in Nigeria be ka fana di la Palm Jumeirah in Dubai ifana hakilo bo development si fale kan BBB is a bit early but the new master plan na ada tourism ya itandila andu molo mini an ko ya si fal ke dula altole isa keno ndada ma ko do tande bulude ale alon ndemu partner tinga ko di ndimbondi bari ndaman ko ku molle bije mini alon ko they are powerful they can do this and they went and spent almost more than $20 million just on this dredger kodi so ni ko banku fenko da malon ka ko san selling wallahi te jala jang e mo chance on sodo and the molle fane convince pour yana nyin ko disi ba spend Gambia's market is very very small niaje kabiri new dispensation on ata nim bitema it's almost 7 years how many investors le nata min ko be invest la jang hundreds maybe even thousands jelle investor jang amansia na 10 si amantam be 20 la simply because the economy is so small kodi be kodi to motation na kana na fe nan jang so nim badi ngol fana modol fana tra ka mol na fe jam pour ye kodom yalon ko ya be an bantale kana ka spend ye demanding so do fana ton dol fana nyanta be nyimmin ke kam fongo ke nga make sure kana na environment do fana tinyanye bari fonga opportunity fana dila nin ko ngana banko develop because ndol man fenso do ni tata Dubai ye dula jama jibeje wolle fenso don tolti la bari wol fana ko do jama be bota bantale kodi Dubai ba jala nyimmin be Asia wolle tata jebe develop bi you know, Saturday do Ghana be nita Ghana 10 years ago. Ghana no be kana Gambia ni la fatal to babu jama babe.
Alhaji
Nita Ghana ni Ghana jete Ghana sute.
Alhaji be stop la nga few minutes di Omar la nga nyimbang is almost 10 o'clock.
Okay, okay, go on.
Only 3 minutes. Yes, Alhaji so kudal Omar 3 minutes. Only 3 minutes.
Yes,
3 minutes.
No, yeah, we want to make this discussion
Yes.
inclusive and
Collaborative.
collaborative.
Yama ko la demanding mo please, ha?
Ha, ya ni kata men kan kajani.
Ha.
La ko nyol kan nyomay. Ntol be mu gambe dum la sate bonduje.
Very important.
Ya jale. Ntol be ya mu manke banko la juruwa jawoti. Ni imare be sate kono wala be banko kan ya ka ko jawola imare ko mi you another part of the whole discourse ita mare me ka bunta wala. Ni bara Sambuya la dredging site to e continue Gunjur kana bala ka ma fonla. Iba tara funding kele beach bala ke o ma fonla ngako call Fiji. Last year I was involved in that fundraising. Ngako mi fi wala na ka ju kena flow sira. Left the plan was before the dredging koni was to have a coastal belt, green belt of coconut restoration around the beach.
And I see why no reason why they shouldn't do it even now. I didn't tell me that I'm from Nina than science Sakeje.
That was what we were working on as part of our plans. Because funding to the government, private sector, we do individual forests by our own selves, you know. Kabondi is Kenya Gunjuri Kenya Jaime or connect Sanyamba. I think Kabondi Kenya connect with Berekundu Carton Kam. Nakafonia register with the AG Chambers as a non-profit. We've been operating in the Gambia pretty much almost like more than 10 years now. Ning environmental impact assessment of the National Environment Agency and whosoever geology and all the stakeholders from the government side, they have to work with local partners, local actors, you call them.
Very important.
Atalo, VDC, you know, Chief, Satekon environmental movements, youth groups down there. You bring everybody and then inform them about la famille kala word la out if alla idea made wala la opinion made. You for the opinion. Yeah,
very important.
One language mang jawiya so itela wala company income. Ni atla word la fene diatla. Let's not get a lot of one problem. Nika la famille kala alla opinion made. That's during the scoping period of that EIA process. Ni by they collect all that data. Be la kita madislam to madislam Sambuya. Several di more jele board la me isa read no ya faham ya interpret from a policy aspect. They look at the long-term implications. I don't want to about it. You can't mean for the amount it's just a printing island, them Gunjur call it wall, but it is a cola wall, let me just land, it's a new settlement. Ning stakeholders make for the neighbor satellite villages imanka ward la, it may involve you. It's gonna bring chaos like this because there's no transparency in the whole process. And up till now, things like EIA report, there should be a public document. Niya di sick of renewal la kala, more than a word long. Ning among getting for B. Banka di amda ngal in the film da ngabe la moy. Akwen na madaslam sinya kile for sinya fula. It you elaborate there were about 20 visits down there. Sani moma we have to draw the conclusion. But handing atara wo from akadal. The documents it's never available publicly, either from the government side or from your company's side or somewhere that Gambian citizens who have vested interest to know what is going on, who come the car read, where they're going to provide recommendations, where they're going to provide.
Omar, I have to comment.
Document was available doing because now tell you your document was soon more don't batrack and ya copy.
One must
so Masakundala side this is but they have it available, Cody. And you can be for
Alhagie Omar program
we are in BDC nila akao na le komandi babe fola lele amam futa gugu
Omar program need to stop now. It's over 2 hours plus time main program wala time tata bakele Alhagie
yang komandi be mbala sai
no be bay la silang you know so ku dalen lafta minna Alhagie
isala number sen na number dia la moy
Ibrahim now
di number di Omar lale
Omar la number di na number dia la ndana de mo bare dia mo la mo bare
no ina tese dia bari lafta minna pour Lamin Jassey wol sa dibe ni se ñoo moy ñaming be nga ko be katandi ñoo kan pour se ñoo lo mo baake and all those things because so ma Lamin Jammeh jita Soma it's over 2 hours now. I think in Semin cannot wrong that in Damali communicate we can reach out to him and each other and Damali seat is in the office or whatever process.
Quickly.
Go ahead.
Ale boys will mention Janneh, Kodi.
Yes.
The boys will like wale fa kan du nyindo ko jamaata wallahi billahi. ndeka bis nata Gambia ka fo la nga young people o min ta do ko la tambita kemedi ni nata na office auto bi itata dawda e ben ni young people o le jela faari nyonoma ndala ko be bole nyama ko di fenka ni tata Sambuya dindi wol min fankata bato ka kenyon suñaje tractor so de fenko so do kabiri nate ko nato leñin start tol la do ko be tiñala lan ka de tiñala nka nin tol nga sa channel ba ka la legally albe ko do so la al fan nafa mine tractor so hanata da tractor buka alawje mal alawla lena liata mini ma so do nyata de lafta loan scheme la nse mako no nga tractor nin trokol fenka ya domon joye fam mako ndala ko bole nyama ko di ko benta ko ndala ko bole nyama wala nan ko nyim broda fana ngajin si faale faay bara kedal do ngate tata media to ay call for memoide ale alon bari ngamol mo le min fonye man nice back nka anyway nga opportunity dilare nko na office obi janne nko danga singa jam so hani bi na bunda beleri nente ama young Gambian ntata tubabu dule fo sanji jamam batata jen seta and I know a lot of people there they want to come back home bari ngalon Gambian wol da male fananse jando kuno modol min kana je kadando ku puri yalom comme yatol fan kata damal kabim be kinan jang so mote blame la alna nga nyim banko do ku ndol pareta do ko la momo pareta do ko le na nga domando manyofi Gambia young Gambian wo young Gambian pareta do ko le na se mako no min to wallahi me mako la fani me mako no ko di wo mun te obligation no li sa nyim bo sol bro afo min fana be ko fiola ja fo na ninga nyojen se mako no fe na be mako la because be min ka kam purum be la lalon ko di ndol pareto be la moy
yo be atala company ning I believe you have your corporate social responsibility. So,
yes.
Because that EIA report should provide at least a comprehensive data and information for somebody to read that they provide the agreement.
Yes.
You know, it's no longer charity or hands out. It's more of like, you know, pretty much, you know, I don't know how to put this in English language. But yeah,
Omar Belambe Alhagie la number dile la le nim program bonito close. Alhagie la number.
La bro la fo Congo bala fa sino la bala bala deda.
No, so for the 2 hours in the program mo ka tambi wala media time long we have to stop it.
Very reasonable. Not every game.
Mo.
Nga fa yana kachanya de kumare bakale.
Abeda tale.
Ndung gamen mem jawan ko community ban tending. Ntol bada gunjure ngajele gunjur stade fan ko ni jiru wa ko tan njam tending. Sade dingol kabilati kilingol tending su dingol damal e ka tinya e ka nyotinya nyamen because na fal nata na kolo na fulo.
Okay.
Dole be je ne se fo fe ali kala le fo wol jama ibulo ko tasdi mbakale man sekunda le tol haya e ke wala man sekunda le ke elect akoy wala yendam le ko ngeke dul lale pour nga kufu waye man se mimbe tulo kuyen le be la fa moyla jama ne sale ko jibe funding kel ni sate alfal e be ta kanke jama kadum sate alfal jama e bulo ko tasdi mbakale wo sade kilo fana ko mo minen ko have economic interest wol jama halna te ke to nyaale foye e to sone kela moy so jama nyine be ne community be ko ne coastal community mi da be tu jibe nyawanya fo abada la fanna la matiban fo mani na kala matiban fo kene wa fo la matiban fo fe ya jibe ko la nyam jama this is why there's always contention, there's always debate, there's arguments and ni mamma ko jama ko take ndam malte walu na satele kon so ni environmental impact assessment ni se mo ma ko no if you have the report send me the report I will read it ni mo le fa nga populace alhamdulillah sam ni tema tajal but you want to understand about what is going, what we had agreement Masakunda itole ala ndeka mingi nitole mo itole ntete itole kernel no wala nte bulom tala nga toro mon ko ala nyiki ni man tawakala banko di wala mem do da ko mo ka dia mo ke abanda to that's it pretty much so abara ka
afen ko report o den to di lela no le ko nga fo nga experience min so do jamam beta na last one o amangan tol fontin tol ma janjandi de agency la janjandi because na kiri na jamal la janjandi
has to stop
here company da na na kenya problem all because mo be na call long side mo jama fanan la fan na call fanan kala
Alhagie Omar program on
sa diamula kada nyaaw we talk mo ya mo
yes I will give Omar Alhagie la no
ma di any update la mbeni na mol bolela ni any advice la pour kan advice wala we will appreciate that as well ya moy knowledge be nyami ntanga expert wala so da mbali da fanan non knowledge will be knowledgeable bo fanan be ma ko la ya moy it's additional bro ye mo sa wala knowledge so wala fisate mo kilinta so hana sa no nyaaw nya ba moy na number isa no number diala fengo fe yaje you think you want
number dila Omar mbari ndi wala ma ni pare ko
ko telephone to ware banka kumandi we will listen to you ning alason ya moy andu nale momo panan so mi alon ko you think he could be useful in this ko nga fo nyame nyi manke mo kilin kwoti ndemu expert kara kilin na modol mo expert kara dola andu nyi na successful da pour Gambia belom ninyi man successful nte bi ninga nyimbulaje nsita nga ku keme dol fananke bari na man successful woto ku ya ni wo malo fa ni wota sila no Gambia kodi so wala ati nante fana bela fila momo e impulso yake je mbe ya fenka nye successful dula ka success di bantan kol fanan ka kon dol be hamoni wolo andun bobe kala no nyami natol fane ku so alkana buna akilo kon alkana mutal kono aleta ya fo banta molbe nyo criticize de be ali telephone ta wala na kabin nata BDC ten silo kam yalon kon number table ben na number soto you know councilor ben na number soto alkalol ben na number soto je so wala nanko any issue aliaje je mi alon ko alia me aseke no problem what even don't tell ma fenga alin commanding machine na alia jamun sa solve no nyami fani ma solve no bari nimba solve la no ba solve ala baraka bake ala baraka bake
alfla baraka bake alaji ma expect ko be nyimbe kala jang content baba kele to have you on Gunjur online ye kumandi son notice the mala droinat nang you know, I definitely yela time of me beta hours and hours bijang, you know, over 1 hour bijang ka question no ask abeni hormone jelo nim bunya kang. I hope Nadia ta ala imba facilitate la so that in dindongol mi mulamin walti ini submit no at jama bulandi nen table bal tema ku jama se bulando tema be se nyo fahamu nyo understand bela interest
problem tige
comme nyo kana so kana fo fa barin kontanta baba kele ngami rebina baba dindin kamala janne na samba den mai
mo abe fele ga tabiru ambe dola tamma akatura sima sabi nga Oxford Bosho be kana la bunko nole be kana sijele
be kana dele ya bari you know definitely kontanta bakila ni la company all the success you know bari na boso fana na concern so nini kachata I hope ko you are genuine person ini be okata len saji be mbese na banko sitano nyaming mo be se dula so to ese mimutano se nyomoy Gunjur online na ninna jibe rabe siarin karo mu me pela no mo jama be na jibe lambe tentu lambe jeila they've been with us patiently you know and some of the questions kabondi tolle anka for ye even though question jamal so to bari watini binala je ka update din na time to time o na ko ma bank of nang you know so bari mbe Gunjur online na bosi ba ye mutamasi ngoto mimula min jamme timba tentu lamba jeila alaji kontanta baba kele hopefully mbe nyomo elale ninyi program ko ta bari
thank you very much good night
thank you so much bro thank you alme sola simani
bye bye